Yeah, Illinois over Florida. I'm coming back from the bathroom this morning. She comes out of her office and goes, "Who am I picking in UCLA, UCF?" And I was like, "What conference are they in?" "I don't know.
Yeah.
Just tell me who to pick."
It's not important.
I said, "Take UCLA." I didn't give her my stat that UCLA is in a situation where the Big Ten's almost unbeatable in those situations. So I did not give her my stat, but I told her, just go ahead and take that one. All right, it is time for Trash. Today, Trash is going to be sponsored by our friends at A+. That is my guy, Brad Bell. Brad Bell was the guy that when it came time to redo the master bath in the Brown house, my wife scoured the internet looking for the right person for the job. Brad was the name that time and time again she came back to. So she had him come look at our job, and the first thing he said was, "What do you want the job to look like?" And we said this, and he goes, "Well, here's what we're going to do. We're going to do it your way." Brad specializes in master bath, kitchen, and master bedroom closets. That's his specialty. Not say it's all he does, but it is his specialty, and he can do that for you. 205-422-1758 if you want to talk to him about your job, 205-422-1758. But if you want to see more about what they've done, just go to alabamabathremodels.com. That is alabamabathremodels.com. It is Brad Bell. You could see more, alabamabathremodels.com, and have Brad come put those finishing touches on your home. Make your home look better with our guy, Brad Bell, alabamabathremodels.com.
Well, you're one of the top players ever to play. Well, you got a Warbird.
The game is easy when you got a big ass, Dick. I can promise you that.
LT's Trash is presented by Bud Light.
Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Our friends from Bud Light. Boy, that was a quick turnaround right there.
Yeah. There was a comma in that sentence. You don't hear the comma.
So somebody from Calhoun County got stitched up after being hit by a phone.
Wait a minute. We have Calhoun County in trash?
Yep.
I don't remember.
I just came across this earlier today.
I don't remember Calhoun County ever being in trash.
Riley Green left bleeding after a disgruntled fan threw a phone at him on stage. Now, in a video posted to social media, the country star was caught off guard while performing at the Margaret Court Arena in Melbourne, Australia, when a phone was suddenly thrown from the crowd, clipping the musician in the air.
I've actually seen this video, and it's disgusting, really. I mean, what kind of idiot would throw a phone?
Shot
I don't
Green.
know why this has become a trend. Like,
is this happening a lot?
Oh, this has been happening for a few years
it
now.
has.
People throwing their phones,
Throwing their
different
phones
things.
onto the stage. I guess they're hoping
They'll
that
make
the
a
artist
selfie and
will
throw it back?
take a picture and throw it back.
Yeah, what's your
but
thought
then,
process
like,
there?
what's the logistics on getting your phone back after the concert?
So a Shot Green paused the show, asked his crew to turn on the house light. Effort to identify the thrower with the help of the crowd.
Oh, he
Green
did.
pointed to the fan, threw him out of the show. Here we go. It's coming up. He says, quote, "This one right here, get his fat ass out of here."
That's what he
Go
said.
on. After the fan was escorted from the arena, Green, who wasn't aware of his injury, thanked his fans for support. He apparently got 5 stitches.
Man.
I saw one guy get hit
Scott,
with a
do you
phone.
have something pulled?
It's up.
We can't see. I was,
yeah.
yeah.
I don't know why it's not showing.
Oh, there we go. We got it now.
Yeah, there it is.
Blood. Yeah, blood running down his ear. Yeah.
Little trickle there.
Dare I say, one of his idols would say you can't keep a good man down.
Yeah. Well, I would think Riley Green's a guy that can handle himself.
I would think so.
I've been in. I went to an Eric Church concert one time. He sings a song called "These Boots," and he will hold up a boot from a crowd.
Never miss anything from the next round when you listen on demand through the podcast platform of your choice: Apple, Spotify, iHeart, or Google Podcasts. Wherever you listen, always like, follow, subscribe, and turn on automatic downloads so you catch every part of the next round. Listen anywhere in the world at any time on the Next Round podcast feed, and support the show by following, subscribing, and turning on automatic downloads on any podcast platform. Thanks for always making the Next Round a big part of your day.
Get all your favorite Next Round gear all in one place, nextround.store. From our Next Round hats to the logo tees to the all-time best-selling Y'all Can Have the Rest shirt, you can look your best by shopping with us at nextround.store. Take the Next Round anywhere with nextround.store.
I'm attorney Alexander Shinar, Alabama born, Alabama raised, and ready to fight for your rights. I have one of the largest firms in Alabama, and we are here to help you get the compensation you deserve. Call me, Alabama, 323-1000.
No representation is made that the quality of legal services to be performed is greater than those of other lawyers.
Jim Dunaway, Lance Taylor, Ryan Brown, Live from the Birmingham Racecourse Casino Studios, the next round, presented by Bud Light, is on now.
Here we go. For some of you, this is Christmas Day. All right, it's like Christmas Day. For nobody, it's Christmas Day, but it's like Christmas Day for some of you.
I get so excited about today, and, we were just in the sales pit over there, and Bo was saying, I can't believe some people, man, they take all day off of work. And I was like, it's what we used to do all the time. Like, we would have meeting places, and I could jump around. I remember Damon's was the first place we went to back in the Jocks days, back in the late 90s.
Yeah, the old Damon's. Was that the...
I remember watching Valpo. I'll never forget our buddy Michael Spisto spilled beer everywhere in that booth where they would have the private little listening device.
Yeah, you could click between screens.
Bryce Drew hit that shot against
Ole Miss.
Ole Miss.
Yeah, hotty toddy.
So I remember going from Damon's. There were years at the Innisfree Irish Pub. There's been years at Twin Peaks. There's been years at Walk-Ons. There's been years at Buffalo Wild Wings. There's been years at Baumhauer's. I remember doing a show before you and Dunaway came on after me at Baumhauer's to kick off a Thursday one year.
Yeah, I remember Dixie Fish.
Dixie Fish, yep. Absolutely. I mean, so there's some random ones I'm forgetting, but I mean, hell, we've been doing this a long time.
We have. I've watched the NCAA tournament a lot of places.
I remember back the day when I grew up a North Carolina fan, I always found a way to make North Carolina win the bracket. Even when I was watching highlights of Harold Arsenault from Weber State a couple of nights ago, and with that 14-3, I'll never forget, I was sitting in my apartment. It was my first year working for Jocks and watching that late night where he could not miss. But I had North Carolina winning the bracket that year. I used to just always – that's the thing I would do. I'd fill out the bracket immediately, and I'd have North Carolina winning it.
Yeah. There was some magic, and you youngs never got to live this. Tyler, you were too young to remember. I think Brooks is too young to remember it. Scott is borderline, but I know Lance and I will remember this. I'll ask Scott if he remembers. Scott, do you remember, I guess when you were still in school, was when you only got one game. CBS had all the games, and they would only show one game locally. Do you remember that when, like, you were in
Brown,
high
I
school?
remember that.
Okay, all right. So
I remember that.
Okay.
Yeah. It was all on CBS. That contract didn't come in until maybe like 2009.
Okay.
You know what I remember
Turner?
most about that, though, was I didn't know what game I was going to get.
That's right. It was a surprise. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And then we'd be like, welcome to East Rutherford, New Jersey as the Pittsburgh Panthers. And you're like, I didn't really want
I
this
remember
game.
Ogden, Utah.
So, I mean, it was the most random.
It was kind of like Red Zone, though. They'd cut into other
Well,
games.
and that was the magic of it.
Yeah,
that was the magic of it. You would get, the first update. Let's go back to New York and Greg Gumbel. Guys, Georgetown is on the ropes. No 16 has ever beaten a 1 seed. I can't remember who the team had Georgetown on the ropes that time, though.
It was probably Princeton.
Princeton. But here's a backdoor cut from Princeton, and Pete Carrill's team leads by 2 with 4 minutes to go. Let's send you back to Ogden, Utah, where Pitt is taking on TCU. All right, Pitt up 31-20 here, and you're like, I'm having to watch this instead of Princeton trying to beat Georgetown. But sure enough, Greg Gumbel would interrupt your game and go, okay, we're going to send all of America back to East Rutherford here, where Georgetown is on the ropes against Princeton. Let's go to Iron Eagle and Bill Raftery. And then all of America got 2 minutes of that game, and Princeton would come so close to winning, and Georgetown would survive, 49-47.
Television was so antiquated back in the day. I remember us when we were in school in Tuscaloosa going to the Houndstooth, because believe it or not, the old Houndstooth, and I'm not talking about the big Houndstooth. It used to be small. It was a little box across from the locker room right there.
Right.
I mean, it was really a standalone, almost the size of a small fast food joint.
Okay.
But they had the satellite capability, so we could go there and you could watch all 4 of the CBS games.
Oh, man, that was magic there.
That
was like
back in the mid-90s.
Yeah. And there was nothing better in high school than having a coach or PE teacher after 11 Central when the games would tip, because he would always roll that TV in there.
Yeah, right.
He was going to watch it. The coach was going to watch it. So if you were in, I don't know, Glenn Tony's Alabama history class, at Sachs High School in 9th grade, and that Alabama history class started after 11. Coach Tony was always going to find a way to have a TV in the room. That was before TV, again, you youngs. That was before a TV was in every room. You had to send somebody, Ryan, go down to the library, and this was like Tuesday. Go down to the library and tell them you're there to pick up the TV for this week. So I'd walk down to the library, and there was that big TV cart, and I'd roll it back to Coach Tony's class, and I would know this means Thursday I'm going to see tip of the 11 o'clock game.
And you absolutely love that. I mean, but, the kids get away. I don't know if they get away with that anymore. But, I know over the last couple of years, Jack, in different classes, he's watched The Social Network. He has watched Castaway. And I don't know what the lesson is here, but I'm like, damn, you guys get to watch some good movies. I remember watching Tora when we were learning about, World War II.
We watched The Goonies in my English class.
What did you learn from that? What was English about The Goonies?
We learned that it was a Monday and my teacher was hungover. That's not a joke.
Now, was that the teacher that had the illicit affair with the
No,
student?
she was a good one. She did not have any inappropriate interactions.
Okay.
She would just turn the lights out every Monday and watch a movie.
Yeah. But I say all this to say...
Went a little hard on Sundays then?
Apparently so, yes. Yeah. I say all this to say people today have it so good. You get all the games.
Oh,
it is fantastic.
And the way they've got it, I really enjoyed when we had the March Madness package on DirecTV when I was DirecTV for years, because that was groundbreaking at that time. But the way Turner has set this up with their variety of networks, everybody can watch.
Yeah, everybody can watch. It's never been better, the NCAA tournament. And today is when it all starts. We will talk about every single game today. We will specifically walk through the Southeastern Conference games today. Lance will tell you where he stands on all the SEC teams. And we will look at all the early window games, because sometimes you can find that little nugget of an upset in the early window. I also have a trend. A trend again that we'll use momentarily at Calci. We're going to use it live. We're going to show you how to take a position on this trend at Calci in just a moment. First, before we get to any of that, Lance, tell everybody the question last night at Odie's. See if Tyler can answer this.
Okay, so what came first, Tyler? Was it Albert Einstein or was it American Express? Now, the problem is you've got kind of a hint based on what we talked about with American Express.
But you're going to need to know when Albert Einstein was born, which I did not last night.
Ooh.
I guessed 1840s for Albert Einstein. Turned out I'll go ahead and give you a hint. That was a little early for him.
Yeah, Einstein was, I've seen the Oppenheimer movie. He was helping Cillian Murphy. He was warning him about the potential dangers of nuclear technology. I'm going to say American Express came first because they were owned by Wells Fargo.
Now, we did talk about American Express's birth date was yesterday in 1850. Albert Einstein was like 1869. I don't have the exact number, but it was a couple of decades after American Express. Little facts that you learn at Odie's Team Trivia. You threw out a couple of other which came first, too.
Which came first, penicillin or Nancy Pelosi?
Better question. One had nothing to do with the other. Trust me.
I bet she's used penicillin.
I mean, I got to go penicillin here.
1929 penicillin, 1940 Nancy Pelosi. Not even really close.
No, not
11
even.
years apart.
These are the little things that you learn at Odie's. We have spent March Madness days at Odie's. We'll be
absolutely
telling you about a fun little Masters promotion we're going to be doing with our friends at Odie's. That will be coming up in April, just a couple of weeks out from that. But Odie's Tavern, a great place to sit on that patio, enjoy the spring weather, the fantastic food from Rodney Davis, and all of the action from March Madness. 2 locations, the original in Crestline, we were at last night. We're out there every Wednesday night. The newest location in Edgewood, right there on Broadway. Stop in, see Will Haver and that great staff. Birmingham institution. It is Odie's Tavern.
All right, before I give you the trend and we make a play on Calci, let's cover what happened last night. Not so much in the 16 games. Those don't really excite me. It's just, again, Alum pretty much being led to slaughter whoever's the 16s that get out of Dayton. But then there was the 11 game, with the 2 most controversial teams included in this tournament. SMU appeared to be team number 68 getting in this thing, and it appeared to be down to at least SMU and Auburn, if not SMU, Auburn, and others. And then Miami, Ohio was the undefeated regular season team that got bounced by Frank Martin and UMass, the Minutemen, in their conference tournament. So they were probably the most debated team of the entire bubble, and those 2 teams went head-to-head last night. So Inevitably, no matter how that game went last night, it could have been a blowout. It could have been 10 overtimes. The narrative coming out of that game was going to be, see, blank never belonged. It was either going to be SMU or Miami, Ohio.
But I think it was more going to be, because SMU did win 9 games in the ACC. I mean, SMU did have some wins where you could be like, okay, they played with some teams that are in this tournament. Miami of Ohio played nobody.
That's right.
I mean, absolutely nobody. So I think it would have been more magnified if Miami would have lost the game by 10 points. But I was blown away. You know, this game opened at 6.5. I ended up giving out SMU at 6.5 or 7, depending on where you were shopping it. But I thought SMU would have a relatively easy time. I thought Miami of Ohio would play with a lot of energy in the first half. I thought the final 20 minutes would get away from them. It started to play out like that because at about the 12-minute mark, they come from double digits down. They tie it up at 50. And we're sitting there watching at Odie's, and you feel like the shift's about to happen, and SMU's about to run away with it. And then Miami of Ohio just caught heat and couldn't miss from the perimeter. And I give them a lot of credit, man. They were under the gun, and a lot of times teams will tense up. They played loose. They shot the eyes out of it, 16-41. And moving forward, I don't think they have a snowball's chance in hell against Tennessee.
Well, it's a popular narrative today. A lot of people are like, all right, Tennessee, you know, it's a good shooting outside team. They play a fast pace. Tennessee doesn't play that pace. I mean, all those things you want to throw out there.
Well, you know,
I'm kind of with you, though.
We asked SEC analyst and former Tennessee Volunteer himself, Ron Slay, on Monday, who would you rather play, thinking he would say that he would say Miami of Ohio, and he said SMU.
Yeah.
Like, I would rather – Miami of Ohio scares me, their ability to score. Now, we haven't seen it against anybody of substance until last night, but I'm just saying if they go out there, they're an 11.5-point dog. They're a big dog against Tennessee. I lean Tennessee right now. I think Tennessee – Amet will just crush them in the paint. But if Miami of Ohio is able to hit 16 threes, they can beat Tennessee.
So here's what happened with Miami of Ohio. They were such a controversial team getting in, and it was all about, you know – The point you made often is, look, I mean, their schedule sucked, but they won every one of the games. I mean, that's all you can do is play the schedule you got and win all your games. And Dunaway, an equally good point was, but the schedule sucked. So, you know, how much do we put into that? But then what happened last night is Miami, Ohio goes out and they play a pretty fun style of basketball.
Oh, yeah, they do.
They're a fun team to watch, and they go out and win. And to your point, it did not look like the moment was too big for them. They didn't get swallowed up by it. If anything, SMU got swallowed up by the moment last night, an ACC team. And Miami, Ohio was just fun. So I asked you this question. We were going to get to it yesterday, and I just forgot to circle back before the game was even played. Like, do you think Miami, Ohio has more potential of becoming America's team if they can start advancing here, or a villain in this tournament?
I think more America's team
I
now.
kind of agree.
Yeah, I think it was like –
because it's a fun team to watch.
Yeah, you got of that. You saw like the passion of that fan base. You saw the players.
The swim team comes in. I mean, everything. Yeah.
Yeah, you saw Travis Steele's wife, which I'm sure this is going to become the Andy Enfield. You remember when they continued?
His wife was there too, by the way.
Yeah, ironically,
right.
now SMU's
Amanda.
coach. But you remember all of the pubs she got with Florida Gulf Coast was making their run to a Sweet 16.
Tyler, if you will, Google Amanda Steele.
Yeah.
For those that did not see it last night.
I think there's a lot of people that are probably fans of Travis Steele's wife.
That's right.
I think all of this coming together, and it's a great story. It's a team that was
different Amanda Steele, Tyler. I don't know which one you have found there, but go Amanda Steele.
Yeah, that's completely different. But
Miami Ohio, there you go. Yeah.
You know, I think it goes from, you know, what is this team really all about? You know, they were given a bid to this tournament, and then they go out and they beat an ACC team by double digits, and now they're playing the SEC, which, you know, I know it's more hated in football.
Yeah.
But there is still SEC fatigue when you look at all of the bids last year.
Boy, I thought we'd be an easier time to get a photo of Amanda Steele.
You might just put Travis Steele's wife.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought Amanda Steele would give us – there you go, Travis Steele wife. All right, now we're cooking. So she was very much highlighted on the game last night.
Got new filler, it looked like, for the lips.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Yeah. So
I mean,
just in time for the tournament? Yeah. Yeah, I hate it when people have to what do they call that, watermark those photos? I mean,
they want you to pay their licensing fee.
Well, not that we're trying to use it. I mean, we're just showing it. We're not sending it out. I get it. Interesting placement of that A, but
I'll tell you that little segment.
Two of them, in fact.
That little segment of that bracket in Philadelphia.
Okay, let me look at it here real quick. All right, so you've now got Tennessee playing Miami, Ohio. You've got Virginia playing Wright State. That's the segment you're talking about right there?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Kentucky, Santa Clara, Iowa State, Tennessee State on the other part of that.
Look, I mean, Iowa State, based on the lack of history they've got in this tournament, as good as they are right now, I just and I know a lot of people got to go to a Final Four. I think we could get some chaos down there. I've got Tennessee in the Elite Eight. I think you've got them in the Sweet 16, right?
Tennessee in the Sweet 16, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, I would be kind of surprised if Miami, Ohio won. But if Miami, Ohio does win, I think they become America's darling.
Tyler, give me cup 4, please, if you will. Let's hear Travis Steele talk. And I think you'll like, whether you like Miami, Ohio or not, whether you think they're going to be America's darling or whatever or not, I saw this last night or this morning, whenever it was that Scott and Brooks sent it out. But I like this approach right here. I like the way this guy answers this question. They may go get the doors blown off by Tennessee, but I like this after last night. Here is the head coach of Travis Steele, the head coach of the Miami Redhawks after last night's win.
I think it just shows there's a lot of good teams out there. I mean, we had to basically be perfect in the whole regular season to get an at-large. But yet we're going to go win a game tonight, and we can advance far into the tournament. And I would say that the reason people love March Madness is they love to see quote-unquote upsets. This wasn't an upset tonight at all. But people are going to say that it was, right? That's what the outside world's going to say. And listen, there's a lot of good teams. Like Belmont was phenomenal this year. They lost in their conference tournament. They could win games. I had a ton of respect for Casey Alexander or UNC Wilmington. It goes on and on. Those teams can compete with anybody, but they don't get the opportunities in the regular season, quite honestly, to put them in a position to where they can get an at-large bid, right? And that's the challenge. And hopefully it shows that, hey, listen, we're just as good as any of these other P5s or P6s that are going 500 in their league or whatever is out there. There's some really good mid-major teams, really good.
I like him, man.
I do too, but
he's handled himself well in this whole situation.
It was an upset. I think Travis Steele, they were getting 6.5. Full disclosure, full transparency. I tell you guys, win, lose. We're now 1-1 in the tournament because we had SMU last night minus the 6.5 points. But the fact of the matter, SMU had beaten teams in this field in Texas A&M. They have beaten North Carolina. They have beaten Louisville. So SMU has beaten teams with more than a pulse. And Miami, Ohio didn't play any of those. They beat everybody that lined up in the regular season. And I truly believe they should have been in. And I love the fact that if I'm going to lose the game, when it got down to it, I was like, if SMU ain't going to cover, I hope they lose the game.
Yep, just lose and let Miami, Ohio move on. All right.
But I wouldn't even mind with me having Tennessee in the Elite Eight, and I know either driving an Uber or doing a calendar is in the cards here. I'd like to see Miami make a little run. I don't think they will, but I'd like to see it.
Well, I think if they do, it's probably going to hurt all of us equally. So it's probably not going to hurt you. I'd have to go look at Dunaway, but I've got Tennessee advancing. I think Jim did as well.
And you got them to the Sweet 16.
I got them to the Sweet 16. Okay. Yeah. All right. One more.
And we're going to give our Final Four or pivotal games coming up.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah. One more thing from that game in a moment. First, let's go to Kalshi here. Scott's going to pull up Kalshi.com. You can also do this on the Kalshi app, and we are going to show you how easy it is to take a position on one of the games today. And I, in fact, am going to use a trend to take a position. All right, so first, Lance, you go to Kalshi.com or download the Kalshi app, and you use code TNR when you're on Kalshi, and that's going to get you $10 on your first $10 position. That's when you go to the Kalshi app, Kalshi.com, and the Kalshi app with code TNR. Now, while you're also there, the $1 billion bracket is in play.
Yeah, look, unbiased, they are a partner of the next round, but this is the most exciting bracket challenge I've ever seen because they are bringing the Warren Buffett 2014 bracket challenge with the $1 billion prize for the perfect bracket, 63 games, 9.2 quintillion possible outcomes, one perfect bracket for $1 billion. It is time to run the numbers. Again, not only offering $1 billion for the perfect bracket, if there is no perfect bracket, the top bracket's going to get $1 million. If there is a split, you've got multiple winners, they're just going to split that in the event of the tie. $1 million will also be donated to charity. Brown, this is pretty amazing. One entry per person, free to enter. You just need to be 18 plus.
That's right. You can see everything Kalshi.com or the Kalshi app. Use code TNR. When you're right there so that we get credit. But anytime you sign up for Kalshi, code TNR, and you can play right there. All right, so here is the trend, and we're going to go to Calci right now, and we're going to show you how you would play this trend. Early tips. NCAA tournament. These teams do not play a lot of games this early. They may on a Saturday, a weekday game this early. Body clocks are off. A lot of times you got a West Coast team traveling east. There are a lot of things to think about in this. So, unders, early unders. So we're going to look at the first game out of the chute, Ohio State and TCU. You can see right there at Calci, Ohio State favored by 2.5. But the total is what we're going to look at, 146.5. So I would say no to that. So you would click no right there at Calci, and then it's going to ask you, all right, what type of position do you want to take? We'll take a $10 position on that right there. So I enter $10. That's going to show me what my position will be worth if it plays out. All I got to do after that is click buy, and we're good to go. It is that easy at Calci and Calci.com. Use code TNR. That's the trend. Early unders.
Well, by the way, there's only one way to spray the board. That's hit the first game out of the chute at 11:15 on CBS with TCU and Ohio State.
With an under. So early unders. That's okay. The trend. I've read that historically in the NCAA tournament, the early games on Thursday and Friday, there's a high percentage of unders in those games. There's a lot of things involved. Unfamiliar venue. We talked about the overinflated balls yesterday. That is an issue in the NCAA tournament. Different rims you've been shooting on. Not only are the balls overinflated, they're balls that players don't use all season, so they got a different feel to them. And then the time, the travel, just so many different things. Early unders are the play here.
So I look at the first 4 games, that first window right there, and there's 2 extremely high totals in this window. There's one kind of average that we talk about right there with Ohio State and TCU at 145.5. I mean, that is basically playing into the mid-70s for both. The Nebraska-Troy total is only 137.5, but then you look at South Florida-Louisville, 163.5, High Point, Wisconsin, 162.5. Those are big totals.
Yeah, so under, even easier. Well, not easier, but you got even more room right there with a big total, right? That for an under. I saw, do you have, I mean, it's a tomorrow game, so you may not have it up right now, but the Alabama game.
I got it.
I think I saw Alabama and Hofstra is the lowest total Alabama has had all season, if I saw that correctly.
That would be hard to, I don't know. I mean, it's 159.5.
Yeah, I mean, what is a normal Alabama, Arkansas? That's 2 pretty high-scoring teams. What would that total be?
Yeah, you're talking that total is probably 172, 173.
Yeah, so it's significantly lower than that.
Yeah,
Alabama,
I mean, it's 10 points, but
yeah,
I don't know. I would think that there might have been a few totals, but I mean, that's about right. I mean, Bama's totals are typically in the 160s.
Yeah, Brian Edwards, who follows the gambling industry, and I'll see if I can dig through this. Okay, here you go. Oh, it's Alabama's team total. I'm sorry, Lance. Here you go. Alabama's team total versus Hofstra is 85.5. The Crimson Tide has scored 88 points or more in 24 of their 32 games. And then you say, well, they don't have Aiden Holloway. Well, in the games without Aiden Holloway, Bama scored 91, 90, 97. And then the outlier was 73 against Tennessee. But bear in mind, it was also without Amari Allen in that game, too, Alabama was. So he's making a case 85.5 is too low. Where he follows up that Alabama Hofstra is at 159.5. It is Alabama's lowest total of the season, he says. In 32 of their 26 games, they've scored at least 163 points combined with their opponent.
Okay.
So there you go.
You know, this is a Hofstra team that they score in the mid-70s. I'm just looking at some like teams. Central Florida in the regular season, they gave up 82 points. Penn was a tournament team. They only gave up 60. They didn't play anybody else of substance. I mean, Syracuse had their coach fired this year. They only gave up 69 in a win. At Pitt, they only gave up 73. I mean, they don't give up a lot of points.
Probably don't play very often the offense the likes of Alabama either. So that's another factor there.
I mean, I'm trying to. I mean, it's been a month since they've given up 70.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean,
Alabama defense, yeah.
Team total under might be a good play here.
Oh, interesting. He took the other side. He's like, they don't go under this. I'm going to take the over.
Okay.
One more thing from last night's game. We'll go back to that real quick after Lance tells us about one man in a toolbox who can do work for you. They did work for us right there in our bourbon room that you always see on Bama and Bourbon.
Yeah, that new Bama and Bourbon is out right there, but there is that new bourbon room. Our friends at One Man in the Toolbox, they perform the handyman services for homes, commercial properties in Birmingham, Tuscaloosa, Montgomery, surrounding areas. They do regular repairs, maintenance, also small project renovations and updates. They've got multiple technicians, so they're going to find out exactly who they need to send for your project. They've got different skill sets. They can tackle most any item, home or business. For free estimates, call 205-823-2111. As for Jessica, tell her the next round sent you. You're going to get $25 discount for the first hour of service. For more information on all that our friends do there, go to onemaninthetoolbox.com.
B.J. Edwards is SMU's star player. He has been injured a lot at the end of the season, did not play in the conference tournament, and in fact, one reason SMU limped down the stretch, losing 4 of their last 5, was Edwards did not play in those 5 games. Keith Gill, who is the chair of the NCAA Selection Committee, NCAA Tournament Selection Committee, in his post-announcement interview with CBS, when asked about SMU being the last team in, basically, among the last teams in, said not only did they look at metrics, but they got assurance from SMU that B.J. Edwards is going to be healthy and will play in this tournament.
Guess who did not play last night?
B.J. Edwards.
Yeah.
So do you think SMU just told a lie to get in the tournament?
I think they did. I mean, you've got to know. I mean, it's not even a lean kind of thing. Like, you're knowing if this guy's going to play week of. So, yeah, I think they probably didn't disclose that. But I don't know what you do if you're the committee. Like, if you're told,
if the guy tells him, look, this is SMU. They've got a history.
They do. It's been a long time.
It's been a long time. But, I mean, if Andy Enfield gets on with the committee, and I don't know how this works. I don't know if somebody calls him up, puts him on a speaker, and they throw it in the middle of the table, and they start peppering him with questions. And one of them is, look, man, we need to know about B.J. Edwards. I mean, what does Andy Enfield say? Yeah, he ain't going to play. I mean, that might be the honest. I don't want you. I mean, I would like to think you do it honestly.
Yeah, I mean, there's a way to do it. Now, you can't you wouldn't be able to get him a definitive because obviously he didn't play. But if you're like, man, we are doing everything we can to prepare him. The hope is we're optimistic he's going to play. But
yeah, we can't keep him off the court. I mean, we're having a fight just to keep him off the court.
What was the quote? He is going to play.
I don't know. You didn't hear the call, but that is a pretty controversial. Look, again, I hate the fact that we argue about these teams that are all the way at the bottom that could have done a million different things to get in the tournament, and then they don't get in, and they complain about why one team got in over them. I'm not pointing just at Auburn fans. This happens every year. Auburn fans are the ones doing it this year, but it happens every year with fan bases here and there.
Yeah, SMU's basketball account put out a statement saying he was expected to play on March 13th.
There's your answer.
Okay. Yeah, Scott's is pulling it up here in just a second, but yeah, because I saw that on Twitter last night. They pretty much blatantly lied on their social media account. If in fact, they said he's expected to play, and then he played. Did he even suit up at all?
I mean, he didn't play a minute, so I wouldn't assume.
Yeah, there's the statement that they put out.
I mean, it's just. I think it's obvious right now if SMU told them, hey, we're having to shut BJ down for the year. I think they probably put Auburn in, or whoever was the next team. I don't know if it was Auburn, but whoever the next team was.
I've seen those things, the all-name teams coming into the tournament. Bucky Miller is SMU's leading scorer. And I look back at B.J. Edwards in their big wins over A&M. He only scored 9 points, B.J. Edwards. And their biggest win of the year against Louisville, he only scored 7 points. I'm looking for the final – their third other really good win, which was against North Carolina. I'll tell you right now, he scored all of.
And Barry says we should never argue over 68 and
15 points. I mean, basically he averaged 10 points in those wins.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, that's 10 points in close games is going to be important. I mean, I don't know
if they would have won last night, though.
Yeah, I mean, it probably needed more than 10 points out of B.J. Edwards. I don't know anything about this kid. I don't watch SMU basketball. I don't know if he's a great defender too. You know, that factors into it. And Barry in the chat room says, I hate that we argue over team 68 and 69. It's not really arguing over 68 and 69. Those are all your automatic bid teams. This is more arguing over, I think, 37 and 38 or 38 and 39, wherever that argument falls. I still hate it because, again, If Auburn doesn't have 16 losses, they're in this thing. If Cincinnati doesn't do whatever they did, they're in this thing. You know, I mean, you can earn your way in this thing.
But I do think you compare, if you're an Auburn fan, you look more at SMU. You don't look at Miami, Ohio.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. I think SMU, especially now that they basically have come out and said, yeah, we might have, you know, or not, they didn't come out and say, but basically the selection committee was like, we were assured that they were going to be at full health or as close to full health as possible.
It's just not a very good basketball team.
That's generally how you get to Dayton.
I mean, when you're 11th in the ACC.
Yeah. Again, generally how you get to Dayton, right? You're not a very good basketball team. All right, we got a lot more to get to. We'll take a look at the early window games, the SEC teams, Tyler's 4 Downs coming up today. We got a lot on the show. It's brought to you in part by our friends at Urology Centers of Alabama. Urology Centers of Alabama remind you this is the best time to take care of that vasectomy if you've been putting it off. You got to sit around on frozen peas, may as well be watching this right now, right? You can do it at Urology Centers of Alabama. Make an appointment today, 205-930-0920. But it's not just vasectomies. It's your entire urological tract. You got to stay on top of all of that, right? UrologyCentersAlabama.com to find a location nearest you. UrologyCentersAlabama.com or 205-930-0920. UCA Urology Centers of Alabama.
Follow Scott Forrester on Twitter at Scott Forrester TV.
I'm attorney Alexander Shinar, Alabama born, Alabama raised, and ready to fight for your rights. I have one of the largest firms in Alabama, and we are here to help you get the compensation you deserve. Call me, Alabama, 323-1000.
No representation is made that the quality of legal services being performed is greater than those of other lawyers.
To everyone who craves a fresh meal made just for you, let our team member Jacob share what's special about Culver's.
In Wisconsin, our food comes from the heart, and taking the time to handcraft your meal with care is how we've always done it at Culver's. It's why your Butterburger doesn't touch the grill until after you order.
Come to Culver's and let us serve you a Butterburger, made special just for you. From Wisconsin with love, welcome to Delicious.
At Central State Bank, we are large enough to serve you and small enough to know you. Manage your money with ease, whether it's mobile banking, hassle-free checking, competitive loans, business solutions, or personalized financial advice. We're your hometown bank with big-time service. Visit us today and experience banking made simple, because at Central State Bank, you come first.
Member FDIC.
Think about the best summer nights of your life. How many of those were in a great t-shirt? Visit nextround.store to get the perfect t-shirt for the next perfect Southern night. Nextround.store, the memories are waiting.
Hey, let me tell you about our friends at Urology Centers of Alabama. Compassionate and comprehensive urological care with 35 physicians, 17 locations across Alabama. Their patient-centered approach to all of your urological needs. Remember, they've got that new men's health center. It is beautiful, helping men with a wide range of sensitive male issues in a comfortable environment. You can always go online, visit UrologyCentersAlabama.com, schedule an appointment with one of their many urologists today. Hey, for all of your IT and printing needs, reach out to our friends at Xerox Business Solutions. Look, I'm still one of those old school guys. I print my notes every single day for the show. If you watch the show here on the Next Round, you see all the notes in front of me. From day one, Xerox Business Solutions, they've been with us here at the Next Round. Local for over 45 years. For all of your IT and printing needs, visit XeroxBusinessSolutions.com or call 205-969-3000. That's 205-969-3000.
Birmingham's fastest party returns to Barber Motorsports Park March 27th through 29th. Medical Properties Trust presents the Children's of Alabama Indy Grand Prix, powered by AmFirst Experience. 3 days of high-speed action, featuring the fastest drivers in the world from the IndyCar Series. Enjoy the Kids Zone, food trucks, beer garden, fan zone, and more. The Children's of Alabama Indy Grand Prix. Kids 15 and under get in free. Get your tickets now.
Hey, let me tell you about our friends at Urology Centers of Alabama. Compassionate and comprehensive urological care with 35 physicians, 17 locations across Alabama. Their patient-centered approach to all of your urological needs. Remember, they've got that new men's health center. It is beautiful, helping men with a wide range of sensitive male issues in a comfortable environment. You can always go online, visit urologycentersalabama.com, schedule an appointment with one of their many urologists today.
Ain't no party like a Dega party. The noise, the chaos, the will to survive. The biggest, boldest, brashest, fastest, and most intimidating track in all of NASCAR. Only one place calls that home. At Talladega, anything can happen. And at this super speedway, everything usually does.
Hell yeah, boys!
NASCAR weekend at Talladega Superspeedway, April 24th through the 26th. Get your tickets now at TalladegaSuperspeedway.com.
All right, we continue on the next round, day one of the NCAA tournament, starting if you were listening to us live in about an hour and a half. That's crazy to think about. That is finally here. Basketball season, like month-wise, lasts longer than football season because you go November, December, January, February, March, and you dip into April, which I guess football season is September, October, November, December, January. So it's 5 months each way. It seems to me like football season lasts longer than basketball season. I guess they're about the same length day-wise.
I think they probably are. I mean, NBA, it's not even freaking close.
Oh, yeah, NBA lasts
once
forever.
You start to drag in the postseason, too.
Yeah.
But, football, it's like this continuous buzz. I know there are diehard basketball fans out there. I used to be one of those over-the-top basketball fans. But really, my excitement builds. And I think most people's excitement builds for college basketball because – at least where we originate from in Birmingham, it is more so football. That is the alpha. Yeah. And so once we get on the other side, and I'm talking about the entirety of the football season, the Super Bowl, February, those February Saturdays, Sundays, start watching. But, yeah, they do click by. It's a short month. But then everybody's all in once we get to March.
I just feel like once you get to conference play, and you're only halfway through the basketball season, but it always feels to me like we fly through conference play. And the tournament's here before you even know it.
And the tournament's going to go so quickly.
Yeah, that's the other part of it. It flies by, too.
On these first, if I'm just going the 11 to 12 o'clock windows Central Time, where we originate out of again, those 4 games, do we have any that we differ on?
You have to give me 2 seconds.
Well, I've got TCU against Ohio State.
I'm just going to do me, you, and Jim.
Yeah.
Well, the back room can fight it out. I have got TCU.
Okay.
You have got TCU. No, I've got you with Ohio State.
Well, there we go.
Oh, no, wait a minute. That's mine. Okay. I had
about to say.
No, I've got you with
1 right now.
I've got you with TCU. I've got me with Jim with Ohio State, and me with Ohio State.
Okay.
There's a big difference right out of the chute right there.
I like the fact that both of you guys are on the other side of a picket game. Next one, Troy, Nebraska. We've all got Nebraska, right?
Yes. Everybody's got Nebraska in that one.
South Florida, Louisville.
It's become a sexy – well, this is the sexiest upset you're bringing up.
And look, this number's so low. I was going to give out Louisville today. We've got 7 plays up and available right now, including a 7-star and 2 5-stars. I really like Louisville still, but because it dropped to 4.5, I had to stay away from it.
Yep. I stayed away from it too. Dunaway and with South Florida.
Okay. But you took Louisville.
I've got Louisville.
I got Louisville too. Mm-hmm. Did anybody pull the trigger on High Point? This is another one of those sexy 5-12s.
You've got Wisconsin. I've got Wisconsin, and Jim's got Wisconsin.
Okay.
Everybody's Wisconsin on that one.
So Jim can make a little ground with South Florida. I can make a little ground with TCU.
That's right.
Okay. Just something to watch out for.
I mean, we got an 8-9 and some potential upset games. I mean,
well, and that's one of the reasons I stayed away from Louisville, too. I think Louisville wins the game, but if I could find one upset, TCU, Ohio State, doesn't matter which way that goes. But Troy, South Florida, or High Point, the one that you could make the best argument for is South Florida without Brown playing for Louisville.
Yeah, I mean, with Mikal Brown out, that certainly makes it less of an upset, obviously. Bryan Hodgson on that in just 1 second. First Central State Bank, that is the bank that is big enough to
just
meet
check my
every single
balances,
need.
by the way.
Oh, good. I'm glad. You still got money left?
I've still got a little bit of money left, but, they're online, their app, it is so easy. I mean, my technically challenged self.
If Lance says an app is easy, guys, can you imagine how easy that app must be to navigate?
Functionality. I even remember my password.
Wow.
Yeah.
Look at you growing up.
Yep.
Central State Bank, the bank that is big enough to meet every single need you have, whether it is starting your own business, buying a car, whatever the case is, but they're also small enough to know you. Why is that? Because it's a local bank, and they are local people that are working there, that are making decisions, that are also going to the churches you go to, the restaurants you eat at, the ball fields your kids play. I mean, they're in the community. That's what sets them apart. Central State Bank, 100% community focus, built on relationships. Central State Bank, member FDIC, and Crane U.
Our friends at Crane U, was talking to somebody associated with Crane U, and I was like, a really, really good play in the second half is SMU. Was completely wrong on that, but I'm going to tell you what, Crane U will give you good advice when it comes to the Crane training you need. If you're looking for a new career, you need further training to advance your current one, our friends at Crane U offer the comprehensive, state-of-the-art, fully stocked training facilities for mobile cranes, overhead lifts, forklift training. If you want to use your own equipment, guess what? The team at Crane U will come to you on-site, on location, offered nationwide. Very important when you talk to Nicole or Francis or any of the great folks at Crane U. Mention the next round. You're going to get 10% off all these services. Make your job easier, job site safer. Crane U also offers certification. Classes available monthly. So call 855-CRANE-U or online, craneu.com.
Scott, can you just pop this up? Now, this is going to be a heartfelt answer. So the answer is not going to be as angry as Bryan Hodgson looks. But if you just look at Bryan Hodgson.
Well, I mean, he's got a little, if I said, man, this is Jason Momoa's.
Oh, Tyler's got something already. Who you got, Tyler? Ulysses.
Okay.
Who is that?
That's the guy that was.
How do you say his last name? Oh, they do look a lot alike. Ulysses Claw?
No, but the actor's name's not that. The actor's like Andy Serkis. Right?
Okay.
Is that right?
Yeah, but they do look a lot alike.
Yep, that is Ulysses Claw, I believe played by Andy Serkis in the movie Black Panther. And
was
Scott,
Andy Serkis a good pull there, Brown?
Yeah, I never heard of the guy. I never heard of Ulysses Claw either. But
Okay,
boy,
go
they look a lot
Jason
alike.
Momoa though on one side. I'm just talking
Jason
about the fight,
Momoa.
the eyes. Do you know who Jason Momoa is?
I do know. I don't see that at all.
I see it in the eyes.
Yeah, in the eyes.
Bryan Hodgson is an angry-looking guy. I mean, he looks like he could clean out a bar.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. All right, but this
I mean, how big is Hodgson?
I know he's a pretty big guy.
Yeah.
I remember him in Tuscaloosa. It has nothing to do with him being mean, though.
Okay.
So let's hear what he's got to say, though, because you've probably heard the storyline by now that Bryan Hodgson and South Florida are playing in Buffalo.
Yep.
He's in upstate New York
Yep.
to the point that Syracuse thought maybe they could hire him because of this.
Well, please, somebody ask him about buffalo wings, right?
You ever talk to anybody from Buffalo about buffalo wings?
I have, yeah.
What do they always
swear
say?
by it.
I know. No, this is about playing at home. Now, the background to this, I'll let him answer the question, but there is some background. Bryan Hodgson's father has dementia, and he is going to get to see him play for the first time because travel issues make it difficult for him. So understand that background as you listen to Bryan Hodgson talk about playing back home in Buffalo.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. But I'm a believer, and there was something. I'll tell you this: a good friend of mine called me. One of the few people that I'd pick up the phone for the night before our conference championship game, and he called me and he said, "I'm just telling you right now." He said, "You're going to win this thing tomorrow, and you're going to play in Buffalo, New York." And I'm like, "Man, that'd be amazing. That'd be the icing on the cake." And so we win the conference tournament, and the way the American Conference's tournament's set up, like. We win the game, and we literally go straight from the game to like they turn on the selection show on the Jumbotron, and that's where we watch it, right? We didn't have a selection show party or anything, but I mean you're watching it in the arena. And so I literally got back to the locker room after greeting people and doing a couple media interviews, got back to the locker room just in time to grab my phone and put on my Love Wins hoodie to honor Coach Amir. And I turned the corner to come out and sit down with my players to look up at the Jumbotron. And it immediately, the second I sat down, they announced South Florida playing Louisville and Buffalo. And my heart just dropped in a very positive way. It's unbelievably full circle moment for me. As far as the odds I know I'm giving you a long answer to a short question. But I'm guessing very low odds for this to happen. But I think it's all part of God's plan, to be honest with you.
That is really cool, man.
Really, really cool.
Yeah. I mean, that's one of those where I know I picked Louisville to win today, but if they win, I'm not going to get beat up about it. That's a cool story. I wish I could go back and pick South Florida now, just because it's a cool story.
I mean, look, watching South Florida over the weekend, I think I said it on Monday or Tuesday, I kind of rode this team. But they've got players, and they've won 15 of 16 games.
And this guy knows how to coach.
I think they believe, and if they are to get by Louisville, I mean, I think Michigan State as a 3 is very doable.
Yeah. What was his he took the Arkansas State job from Alabama, so a good friend of ours, Jeff Purinton, who was at Alabama.
The AD now.
Took the AD. Well, he's left Arkansas State since. He's working for Learfield Communications now, but he was the AD at Arkansas State at the time, and he hired him right away from Alabama. And it obviously was a great hire. I was going to just remind myself of his record. So 20-17 at Arkansas State his first year, and then 25-11, but they didn't win the Sun Belt tournament, so they had to go to the NIT. So this is his first NCAA tournament game as a head coach, 25-8 at South Florida. So in 3 years at Arkansas State and South Florida, he's 70-36. I mean, that's pretty good coaching right there.
That's really, yeah.
Yeah, 24-12.
And I don't know if you know, those are not like great jobs.
Yeah, 24-12 in 36 conference games at the Sun Belt, and 15-3 in his 18 conference games in the American, and tied for first 1 year in the Sun Belt and won first outright his first year at South Florida. And that's why Syracuse is looking at this guy like this guy knows what he's doing.
Well, look, and much like Alex Golish, who took players from South Florida to now Auburn, Bryan Hodgson took his best player, Isaiah Nelson, from Arkansas State, where he coached him multiple years.
Yeah.
And now, you know, he's a guy that's averaging 16-10. And if they are to advance, a lot of this is going to be because of the 6'10 senior.
Yeah. Daniel, easy to like Hodgson. Green man, I like him. Good dude. Bobby, hard not to like that guy. I've got USF. It is the heartfelt story there. Guy going back home, and if they start showing his dad at the game, that's going to be tough.
Do you pull against your bracket sometimes?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
I mean, it depends on now. If it's a must-have game for me, like if I know –
like, I'll tell you, I'll be pulling for South Florida today.
I will, too, even though I've got Louisville. Look, I've got Louisville losing in the next round of Michigan State.
So it doesn't really matter.
So, I mean, that's not that critical of a loss. Now, if I had Louisville in the Elite Eight.
Now, I've got Tennessee in the Elite Eight, but I'll be pulling for the Redhawks.
Really?
I really will.
So not only is it America's team, it's Lance's team.
Yeah, unless I've got Tennessee minus the 11.5, which there is a good shot that I probably would lay the 11.5 tomorrow. So maybe then I won at that point. But I'm just saying, if it comes down to it, I think it's almost impossible not to have the natural instinct to pull for the underdog when you get to that final possession, right? Even if you've got the favorite.
Yeah, I mean, that's the whole thing. Like, if you've never been to an NCAA tournament first-round venue, you really need to do it. It is so much fun. There's a negative to it that there are a lot of games going on that you don't get to watch. But if you're ever in the venue, and it's specifically in that first-round venue, and a really, a low-seed team has a high-seed team against the ropes, the entire arena turns on the high-seed team.
Yeah, like the first opportunity would be at Paycom Center today in Oklahoma City.
That's
but
right.
If Troy has Nebraska on the ropes, all of those Nebraska fans that are there in the Midwest, if you're not a Nebraska fan, everybody will pull for Troy.
Everybody in the arena starts pulling for Troy, and it turns into a Troy home game. And that really is a cool moment when that happens.
I remember, and I think they only went to the round of 32, but they did win a game, Austin P here in the BJCC, and everybody going, let's go P. Yeah. I mean, everybody getting behind those teams. I remember when Austin Crocier came in here, and one of the more amazing runs when Providence knocked off 1997 Kansas, and that was one of the best teams to never win a national championship.
Yeah.
And I just remember everybody getting behind Providence until they ultimately lost, I think, in the regional final to Arizona, who won the national championship.
Do you remember Butler upsetting Mississippi State here? Do you remember that game?
Sure do.
And
that was kind of the beginning of Butler.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
That was very early Butler. That's before they were anything like, I mean, they were just a scrappy underdog then. They weren't the team that eventually was a 5 seed. And weren't they a 2? Were they as high as a 2?
They might have been on that second year of playing for the national
championship. I mean, they
yeah.
were anything but the scrappy underdog when they were playing for the national championship. They were a legit top 15 team.
Yeah.
But this is right as they were starting, and Mississippi State and Alabama. That's back when State was Bama's biggest rival in the SEC because Auburn's program was so bad. It's pre-Bruce Pearl. And BJCC had a bunch of State fans, and a lot of Alabama fans had just bought tickets to come watch the game. And, buddy, when Butler got up, those Crimson Tide fans were all Bulldogs. They were all Butler. I guess I should have told you which Bulldogs, obviously, but they were all Butler at that point. That was pretty. Those atmospheres are so cool.
So if we go back to 2023, at this point, we're sitting on a rooftop. I think it was at the Southern down in Uptown, and we were getting ready for Virginia getting upset against Furman, but we were getting more ready for Alabama and Auburn playing in those venues. Do you remember what the ticket was? I know you guys were credentialed. I ended up not going. I went back home after our event and sat on the couch and watched all the games. But do you remember what the ticket pricing was?
I don't, but what I do remember is...
And there's a reason I bring this up.
I know it got expensive because the way that worked, Alabama and Auburn were in separate sessions for the early games. That was a Thursday, Saturday. Yeah, for the Thursday games. They were in separate... They were in separate sessions. So a lot of the Alabama fans had taken advantage of that and sold their tickets to Auburn fans. And so it was really, I mean, if you want to be honest about it, people talk about Auburn playing Houston. That wasn't that bad. Iowa playing Auburn, and that was an 8-9 game. Iowa got jobbed in that situation. Iowa had to play a road game. And I'm sure Fran McCaffrey, always sunny, was pissed about that. But that was a pure road game for Iowa. The BJCC Legacy Arena it was actually more packed than Neville would be because it's a bigger arena. There were more Auburn fans than what Auburn would even have at a home game in that game. And it was a raucous environment. So I think that was a pretty tough ticket right there. The Saturday, everything's all in one session, so Alabama fans didn't come off their tickets. It was actually, people talk about Houston having to play Auburn and Birmingham. That wasn't really that big a deal because every Alabama fan in that arena was waiting on Bama, Maryland to play. They were all in on Houston.
Oh, yeah.
That was not a Houston road game. The Auburn fans were much more neutralized in that second part of it.
I guess my point was for a first two-round destination when you had the perfect storm of Alabama and Auburn.
Oh, it was a tight ticket.
Yeah, I mean, that was a $200-plus ticket. At least that's the way I remember in my mind 3 years ago. Like today, if you're going to Greenville, South Carolina for TCU, Ohio State, and then a little bit later, Siena Duke, tickets as low as $35.
I mean, that's a heck of a deal to go to an NCAA, and you get 2 games out of that.
And then Oklahoma City, you get Troy, Nebraska, and then after that, you get McNeese and Vanderbilt. Tickets as low as $26.
Yeah.
In Buffalo, South Florida, Louisville, you just heard Bryan Hodgson talk about that. And then after that, you get North Dakota State, Michigan State, tickets as low as $28. And here's the kicker in Portland. Used to be a really good basketball town.
Yeah.
The Rose Garden
back in the day with the Blazers.
In Portland, you can watch High Point in Wisconsin and then Hawaii and Arkansas later for as low as $11. You can't even get a beer in that venue for
I know.
$11.
$11 for 2 NCAA tournament basketball games is an incredible deal. If I were in Portland, I'd roll down there and get me an $11 ticket.
Because those are just the one session, right? And then night session,
you get 2 games,
tickets.
2 games.
Yeah.
All right, Hoover Toyota bringing you part of the show today. Our friends there at Hoover Toyota could get you to any of those games.
Yeah, great guys. Look, fantastic staff out there. They've got an incredible inventory, the great pricing. When I bought Leighton's car back in December of 2024, she got a little RAV. She loves it. It was reliable, safe, wanted something that would hold its value because she's going to have it for years. And then when I was in the market this past year, I went out and got a Land Cruiser. I wanted the same thing, reliable, safe, something that will hold its value. I absolutely love it. At Hoover Toyota, they serve Birmingham, Alabaster, Vestavia with new used car financing. Their inventory at Hoover Toyota offers a fantastic selection. Their on-site finance department provides affordable financing options. Even after you get the keys to the new vehicle, once they're in your hands, they are there to serve you with the service and parts department committed to keeping your vehicle running smoothly. They've got that red carpet program. They want to keep you for life as a customer. They do a fabulous job. Get in, see Scott, Harold, Kim. Tell them the next round sent you. Located Highway 150, or you can always view the inventory and great pricing. Go to hoovertoyota.com.
And right now at Bojangles for a limited time, as you see them on our screens there, you can get that Bojangler, that Alaskan pollock filet with Bo's seasoning. The deluxe comes with lettuce, pickle, tomato, cheese, and tartar sauce. You can also start your day getting up 3s with that triple-double biscuit from Bojangles. Triple the protein, double the cheese on Bojangles scratch-made biscuits. And like all their biscuits, including the ham biscuit, 2 for $5. It all comes with Bojangles iced coffee. You can get that for a limited time for your breakfast. And cap off any day with that Bojangles strawberry Cobbler, right now at your local Bojangles, where it's always bow time. All right, time for the Michelson viewing menu. Tyler, what you got? Listen, Tyler, NCAA tournament is on. Okay, don't try to sell people too hard. NCAA tournament is going to be hard to go away from.
I was going to start something a couple of nights ago, and I'm like, I'm not starting anything because Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, it is wall to wall. There is no reason to get invested in anything. But go ahead.
Well, with that said, here's Tyler's viewing menu.
I've got a double feature tonight.
Of
so,
course
I mean,
you do.
You guys,
Well, let me ask you. You
plans.
turned your bracket in. Will you watch any hoops at all?
I'll watch some.
Okay. But tonight, a double feature.
Yes.
What you got?
So first off, this will be my afternoon movie, Project Hail Mary. This is the first real high-profile release of the year. Science teacher Rylan Grace, played by Ryan Gosling, wakes up alone on a spaceship light years from Earth. As his memory returns, he uncovers a mission to stop a mysterious substance killing the sun and save Earth. An unexpected friendship may be the key. It's directed by the team who did the Spider-Verse movies. And reportedly, the new trailer for Doom 3 and the new Spider-Man trailer are attached to this movie. So I'm looking forward to seeing those on the big screen as well.
So, Brown, do you think you'll ever wake up on a spaceship?
No. I don't think so.
That would be the ultimate mind F, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would be like, how'd I get here? Yeah, I do not think that will happen to me, no.
Oh, well, all right then.
Well, I mean, again, if it does, y'all are going to be back here making fun of me, and I'll never have to answer for saying.
I mean, they're not going to save us place in space for us. I mean, what can we bring to the table?
I wouldn't think so. They'd be like, let's send this one back. All we learned on this
Unless
one was...
we're court jesters.
Yes.
We're going to roll these guys out to do something stupid.
Y'all tapped into his brain. What did you find? Golf and food. Okay, we've already got that. Send him back.
I do want to see that movie, though.
Yep, it looks good. I hope it's good. Ryan Gosling has been, I don't want to say in a slump, but he's having trouble finding success in leading roles.
I find that interesting. I mean, he's been nominated for you're just talking about box office return, right?
Yeah.
All he's got to do is
putting people in the seats.
Yeah, well, do a Marvel movie, and then everything gets beefed up. That's all he's got to do.
Well, those are struggling to get people in the seats as well. They've had a few misfires lately. They're trying to get things back on track with the new Spider-Man movie and the Avengers Doomsday movie coming out in December. The other new release tonight is Ready or Not 2, Here I Come. Grace McCauley, the sole survivor of a brutal game that resulted in the deaths of her husband and in-laws, learns that her victory comes with a price. Now the wealthiest and most influential families on Earth have to kill her in a new game, or risk losing their power and fortunes. Grace refuses to participate at first, but is left with no choice when she learns that her younger sister has also been marked for death.
Oh, no, not marked for death.
Yep.
I remember Steven Seagal got marked for death. Didn't work out for the other side.
But this new one has a great cast. You've got Samara Weaving back from the first movie. You've got Catherine Newton, Sarah Michelle Gellar, Elijah Wood, David Cronenberg, and Kevin Durand, who looks suspiciously like Elon Musk.
Oh, interesting.
Not Kevin Durant.
Yeah, Kevin Durand with a D.
Yeah.
He looks like they could be doppelgangers. It's crazy. And then we've also got a new show on Prime called Jury Duty Presents Corporate Retreat. Back in 2023, Prime Video found a surprise hit with Jury Duty, a social experiment and comedic prank show in which one man believed he was part of a docuseries examining a real trial as it unfolded in court, except what he did not know is that everything was staged and he was the only person unaware. Now they've got to change up the concept. So this new one will be Anthony, a temp at a hot sauce company, attending a corporate retreat. As the founder prepares to step down, the getaway transforms into a clash between corporate ambitions and small business values. Unbeknownst to Anthony, it's all staged.
Yeah. I've seen the trailer for the or the preview, whatever. It actually looks pretty funny.
I haven't seen this show, but it reminds me of an older show that was on maybe Spike TV, the Joe Schmo show.
Yeah.
Where it was like a fake game show. And
Is Spike TV still a thing?
It's Paramount Network now.
Oh, I didn't realize Spike became Paramount.
And then finally today on Viewing Menu, this isn't a TV show, a movie, or anything like that. It's not a documentary. It's just clips from the Afro Man trial. He's been going through a lawsuit with the police in his town because they executed a search for they were looking for drugs and investigating kidnapping claims or something. Found nothing. They were all on his surveillance cameras, so he put their footage in a rap song and made fun of them. And now the police are suing Afro Man.
Okay.
And the clips from this trial are funnier than any comedy movie I could suggest.
I've seen commentary about it, so I'm going to go find it.
Let me guess, on TikTok?
No, I was actually on Twitter this morning. Peter Burns was talking about it.
He's in a full American flag suit.
Oh.
It's amazing.
Yeah, everybody's got one of those. That's the viewing menu presented by Michelson, Lance.
Yeah, our friends at Michelson want to remind you, if you wear the glasses or contacts, in my opinion, wasting money each and every year. I'm speaking from experience. I wore the contacts for a decade, went to see Dr. Mark Michelson, 2003, got the procedure done. 2015 vision better than 2020. Make the phone call that I made, 205-969-8100. Ask for Amy Toe. The next round sent you. For more information, michelsonlaservision.com.
Hey, some college football when we come back, and how you can win money and something else nice from us on NCAA tournament games. That's next on the next round.
I'm attorney Alexander Shinar, Alabama born, Alabama raised, and ready to fight for your rights. I have one of the largest firms in Alabama, and we are here to help you get the compensation you deserve. Call me, Alabama, 323-1000.
No representation is made that the quality of legal services we perform is greater than those of other lawyers.
To everyone who craves a fresh meal made just for you, let our team member Jacob share what's special about Culver's.
In Wisconsin, our food comes from the heart, and taking the time to handcraft your meal with care is how we've always done it at Culver's. It's why your Butterburger doesn't touch the grill until after you order.
Come to Culver's and let us serve you a Butterburger made special just for you. From Wisconsin with love, welcome to Delicious.
At Central State Bank, we are large enough to serve you and small enough to know you. Manage your money with ease, whether it's mobile banking, hassle-free checking, competitive loans, business solutions, or personalized financial advice. We're your hometown bank with big-time service. Visit us today and experience banking made simple, because at Central State Bank, you come first.
Member FDIC.
Get all your favorite Next Round gear all in one place. NextRound.store. From our Next Round hats to the logo tees to the all-time best-selling Y'all Can Have the Rest shirt. You can look your best by shopping with us at NextRound.store. Take the next round anywhere with NextRound.store.
Remember the name Way to Wellness if you're battling weight loss in your life. I'm Jim Dunaway from the Next Round. There was a time I was over 216 pounds until Way to Wellness helped me lose 45 pounds, and now for over 2 years, they've helped me keep that weight off. Here's their website, aplanforme.com, aplanforme.com. That's a great name for a website because there's no cookie-cutter plan. Everything is designed specifically for you. No contract, no sign-up fees, and your first consultation is free at Way to Wellness.
Hey, there's nothing worse than waking up to a plumbing problem. Don't get caught in a flooded house. Call the guys at Hemp Hill Services. Adam, Chad, and the team at Hemp Hill are the only ones I trust to fix it and fix it right the first time. Hemp Hill Services does it right and always at a fair price. For all of your plumbing, cooling, and heating needs, trust the name that Birmingham has trusted since 1954. That is Hemp Hill Services. Call now, 205-229-29.
Looking for the ultimate weekend in Birmingham? The Children's of Alabama Indy Grand Prix is back at Barber Motorsports Park, March 27th through 29th, bringing big energy, big crowds, and unforgettable moments. It's more than a race. It's a full day of excitement, family fun, food, music, and world-class competition. All set on one of the most beautiful venues in racing. The Children's of Alabama Indy Grand Prix at Barber Motorsports Park. Get your tickets now.
Stop by the New York Butcher Shop and pick up the finest in certified Angus prime beef steaks and burgers, premium pork chops, ribs, and all-natural chicken cut to order just for you. Their chef-prepared entrees and side dishes are the perfect dinner-to-go choice for your family and are ready to heat at home. With a great selection of fine wines and desserts, the New York Butcher Shop is your one-stop dinner shop. 2 locations to serve you, Cahaba Heights and on Highway 119 in Greystone. The New York Butcher Shop. Rare quality, well-done service.
Remember the name Way to Wellness if you're battling weight loss in your life. I'm Jim Dunaway from the Next Round. There was a time I was over 216 pounds until Way to Wellness helped me lose 45 pounds, and now for over 2 years, they've helped me keep that weight off. Here's their website, aplanforme.com, aplanforme.com. That's a great name for a website because there's no cookie-cutter plan. Everything is designed specifically for you. No contract, no sign-up fees, and your first consultation is free at Way to Wellness.
Ain't no party like a Dega party. The noise, the chaos, the will to survive. The biggest, boldest, brashest, fastest, and most intimidating track in all of NASCAR. Only one place calls that home. At Talladega, anything can happen. And at this superspeedway, everything usually does.
Hell yeah, boys!
NASCAR weekend at Talladega Superspeedway, April 24th through the 26th. Get your tickets now at TalladagaSuperspeedway.com.
Jim Dunaway, Lance Taylor, Ryan Brown. Live from the Birmingham Racecourse Casino Studios, the next round, presented by Bud Light, is on now.
We start hour number 2, NCAA Tournament Day number 1 is upon us. Cannot wait to get things tipped off. If you're watching us live or listening live, we're an hour away from tip. If you've got us on demand, hope you're enjoying it while you're watching NCAA Tournament action, and we always appreciate that. If you are watching us live or anytime you catch us on YouTube, please give us a thumbs up. That helps us a ton. Make sure you have subscribed to our YouTube channel. Set your alerts so you get an alert when we go live. That way you never miss anything, right? Please do that. And audio on demand, please make sure that you've set your automatic downloads wherever you are. Google, Apple, Spotify. Set automatic downloads so it downloads every single day. That really helps us a ton, and we greatly appreciate you doing that.
Can I ask you a personal question?
You may ask me a personal question.
I said during the viewing menu that I am not going to start anything up because I am going to be 1,000% involved in nothing but college hoops.
Yeah.
Because, my passion, Tyler's passion, movies.
That's right.
Really good TV, that kind of stuff.
Yep. I know where you're going.
Yours is golf. You look very golfed up today.
Playing golf today, absolutely. Going to have games on in the cart. What? It's best of both worlds. I got golf in the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, but
it's a gorgeous day.
It's just, you can't have all the screens in front of you.
Well, I have the quad box on an iPad.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not the big screens, but quad box on an iPad.
Also, it's not like you're going to be actively watching. You're going to be playing golf, and as long as it's right there for you to check in on.
It's how I watched the selection show. I was playing golf on the selection. Technology, man, is incredible. You used to, miss everything. Now you can take it anywhere you want to go.
You look like you're ready to leave the studio as soon as the show's over and hit the course.
Yeah, I'm just saying,
why would you say that, Tyler?
You've got golf that you could play Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Yeah, and Thursday. Have you seen the weather? I couldn't play Monday and Tuesday. The weather sucked.
Yeah, this is a great day to sit on a patio and watch all the screens. Excited.
Hey, Brown.
Hey, Scott.
What time is that tee time?
Why do you ask, Scott?
I was just curious.
I'm pretty sure I overheard Brown say it's 12:50.
Oh, God. Are you guys eavesdropping? When did I say that, Brooks?
I just down the hall. You talk kind of loud. I heard it.
It looks like a 12 o'clock hour.
So he's going to be scooting out of here. So no one expect any help from Brown after.
He's coming in hot.
That is very unfair, Brooks. Very unfair.
No, the better question is your two loves, golf and food. How are you going to eat when your tea time's 12:50?
Well, I'll get me something.
They got Uncrustables at the
cart. They got Uncrustables. I love those things.
You have
$3.
$3 an Uncrustable.
Yeah.
Now, some people are pointing out in the chat room, Scott, that I am glowing today. You love it when I wear white, right?
You are white hot today.
Yeah, you love that, don't you, Scott?
So why is that a thing for golf, wearing all white? I think you'd end up getting a lot of grass stains.
I'm not playing Wimbledon.
Yeah, that's more tennis than golf, right?
Grass stains. What is he going to fall?
I don't know. Around. All right, so the shirt I'm wearing it's got a pattern on it.
That's a lot of white, man.
It is a lot of white. And I've got on navy shorts.
There's some contrast.
Yes. I got on navy shorts.
That's premium content.
Yeah, thank you. I take them off behind the paywall. I've got on navy shorts.
Hello, Aliceville.
Yes, hello, Aliceville. So there is a little more than white. But, yeah, it is glowing. I noticed when I looked earlier that this really glows.
Do you think, though, that because the majority of golfers are gamblers, they love to –
gamble on the golf course and gamble elsewhere,
But do you think it'll be a crowded day on the course, or do you think most people are going to be watching games?
Well, with this weather, it'll be a crowded day on the course. And I've looked at the tee sheet. Oh, oddly enough, at Inverness Country Club. What a transition this is, Lance. Inverness Country Club, where I'll be later today.
Yeah, look, they've got
sometime around
multiple TVs right there in that dining room. So, I've even thought about going there for lunch right after to watch the first couple of games, the games I'm really intrigued, Troy, Nebraska, South Florida, Louisville, get some great lunch there. The best days happen at the Inverness Country Club. If you've always wanted one of the country club memberships, You can now get a tour of this unbelievable club. Go to iccalabama.com. They've got the newly renovated clubhouse and dining. They've got the great fitness center, fantastic pool and resort-style cabana that you can take advantage of this summer. Of course, great golf, great tennis, all available right there at the Inverness Country Club. Best days happen there. They've got memberships that fit everyone. Again, for more information, iccalabama.com.
And NASCAR is coming back to the Talladega Super Speedway April 24th through 26th. That is the Jack Links 500 weekend, and you can secure your spot right now at TalladagaSuperspeedway.com. That is TalladagaSuperspeedway.com. Or by calling 877-GO-TO-DEGA. Make sure you've got your spot in the infield, your spot in the camping area, your spot in the grandstand, and make sure you get that garage experience. That is truly the best way to enhance any visit to Talladega Superspeedway. Is the ultimate garage experience right there with our friends at Talladega Superspeedway, April 24 through 26, or TalladagaSuperspeedway.com or 877-GO-TO-DEGA to get your tickets. TalladagaSuperspeedway.com or 877-GO-TO-DEGA. All right, one game today, Lance, that features an SEC team, and we'll walk through all the SEC games at some point, but this, I think, is also a popular upset pick. In fact, you know where you've got it. Do you have Texas upsetting BYU?
I do have Texas beating BYU. And look, and I don't know why, outside of the fact that Richie Saunders is not in that BYU lineup, and it's a different team. I mean, they've lost 10 of their last 17, I think it is right now. They're just not playing their best basketball. I think they've lost 3 consecutive games. I'm just confirming this. They had lost 3 consecutive before, bouncing back, winning 3 straight, and then they obviously lost to Houston. It's a good basketball team.
We are Texas across the board on this one here on the show, so all of us have Texas.
That is probably not good.
Yeah, probably good news for BYU. 6:25 Central Tip Time, TBS. So if you've forgotten Texas' path here, they get bounced early in the SEC tournament. They go home. They have to wait. They get in the play-in game. They go to Dayton. Straight from Dayton to the site of this one, which was Portland. Probably not the easiest trip from Dayton to Portland.
Probably not. Yeah. That is what we call cross country.
Yeah, cross country. So they play Monday night in Dayton. They've got a Thursday game in Portland. I'm going to guess they never went back to Austin. I'm going to guess they went straight to Portland. But the question to Sean Miller, the Texas coach, is, have you even slept since the play-in game before tonight's game in Portland?
Have you slept at all?
Yeah, I mean, I think the reality of our trip, if you'd like to kind of see it through our eyes, is our plane left probably about 3 a.m. East Coast time. It was delayed. We didn't have a plane there. It is what it is. We got going, and it's about a 4.5, 5 hour flight. So I think by the time we landed, gaining the 3 hours, probably got in around 5:30, 6 a.m. And then we had the morning to sleep. A lot of our players slept on the plane. They're younger. They can do that. And then we're fast forward here today. One thing about young people, that they're so resilient in the way they grow up in this game. They're playing 2 and 3 games a day in travel team basketball. This is a generation that's never traveled more. I mean, they're everywhere throughout the spring on the heels of their high school season. So we're ready. I think we'll move forward and again, take more of the ability to say that we've played a game and we've advanced versus we didn't sleep, you know.
It is what it is. Let me translate that for you. How the NCAA did not have a plane waiting for us at Dayton Airport is puzzling to me.
I will give Sean Miller a lot of credit for saying this is not complete bullshit. I think Mick Cronin probably would have said that. Dan Hurley would have said that.
They would have gone off.
But I like the attitude.
Dan Hurley never would have been in Dayton, but had he been, he would have gone off.
Yeah, look, Swain and Mack are players that can take games over. So they've got scores. A.J. DeBonce, though, is one of the best players in college basketball. Could be your number 1 overall guy in the NBA draft. He's averaging 24, 7, and 4, and he is a guy that can put you on his shoulders and completely take a game over. They've got to figure out a way to not let this guy go 30-plus.
Yeah, and a lot of better teams have let that guy go 30-plus, so that's the problem you face there. We'll see if they can slow him down a little bit. But it's a very popular pick, and it's so popular that all 3 of us have it.
I hate that all 3 of us have it.
All 3 of us have it. 12-5s give us a lot of upsets over the years. McNeese is taking on Vanderbilt. This is it. One of those games Lance mentioned at Oklahoma City. 2:15 Central Tip on True TV as the Vanderbilt Commodores, fresh off their appearance in the SEC Championship game, taking on a McNeese team that was a one-loss team and a popular pick last year. They're back. They're 28-5. It's that dangerous 12-5 matchup. Vandy, though, an 11.5-point favorite in this one. Mark Byington is the Vanderbilt head coach, and he knows all the pressure is on the Commodores in this one.
There is value being here, to understand that. And, you also got to understand when you play in a tournament like this, there's a certain types of pressure, and I think the teams that embrace it and love it, the things are a little bit different. And you could try to act like they're not. I like the fact we try to put pressure on our guys the entire year in certain situations. And there was times this year where I told them it was a must-win, and they love that scenario. So that's obviously you're going to have 68 teams in this tournament, and every one of them except for one is going to end with the loss. And so you got to be good every single game, or you're going to be one of those teams that gets sent home.
Interesting game in that 12-5, because when you just see the numbers 12-5, you always feel like there's potential for an upset. That used to be the sexiest upset pick on the board, was a 12 over a 5.
A little bit different with Vanderbilt, a 12.5-point favorite here.
Yeah, it does not feel like it's close to an upset.
No, and Vanderbilt playing their best basketball right now, and Tyler Tanner is one of the better guards in this entire tournament. And the thing I would say, like teams with McNeese State, when you look at Vanderbilt before they got to the SEC schedule, before we knew how good Vanderbilt was going to be this year, they beat teams in this tournament, Central Florida, VCU, SMU, St. Mary's, all by double digits. I don't think Vanderbilt has a problem today. I don't know where you are on this. I don't know if anybody in our brackets have McNeese pulling the upset here. It's a very good McNeese team. There's no doubt about it. But, again, degree of difficulty from what McNeese was facing in the Southland to what they're going to see with Vanderbilt today, the quickness of these Vanderbilt guards. I think Vanderbilt too much.
We're Vandy across the board on that one, too. Okay. So all three of us with Vandy on that one. Late night tonight, I'm looking at tomorrow. I think this is the biggest Vegas total in the first round with Georgia and St. Louis.
It is.
Yeah, so this is supposed to be the highest scoring game of the first round, Georgia taking on St. Louis. So we talked about it earlier on Monday's show, actually, when the brackets came out, that these are two top 10 in terms of points per game scoring offenses in college basketball. It's also a very late tip, an 8:45 Central Time tip, CBS in Buffalo. Last game of the night in Buffalo. Cut number 7, Tyler. Mike White here is the Georgia coach. Look, it's still a 7:45 body clock game. He's going to be asked here. Well, no, it's 8:45 body clock. That's right there, Eastern Time. He's going to be asked here about the late nature of this game. I think sometimes we forget how late college students stay out. Like us old people reporters, Coach, this is a late game, 8:45.
Yeah, this is really stupid, but I can't make this up. But, when I was living in the fraternity house and when I was 20, 21 years old, there'd be a lot of guys brushing their teeth, getting ready for bed, and I would actually be getting in the shower to go out. Seriously, at midnight, there was a group of us. That's when we would go out, and we wouldn't come home until, I remember the boss, the cat, coming home with me a lot of mornings at 7, 8 in the morning.
Yeah.
So college kids are up all night. They are nocturnal.
But Georgia St. Louis playing a late game, does that have any impact for Mike White's team?
This is the NCAA tournament. Our guys will be juiced, just like St. Louis's kids, and it'll be two teams from the tip playing really hard. And heck, 9:45 is probably a time with 20-year-olds that they're more alert than 8 a.m. anyway. So we'll be ready.
Yeah, 9:45 body clock for them. So I don't see that being a big issue.
St. Louis, the Billikens are fascinating because it is a team that averages 88 points per game, but they don't have anybody that averages over 13 points per game. So you've got this grouping of 8 guys that average 7+, and Robbie Avila is a guy we remember from Indiana State a couple of years ago. He's got the Chris Sabo specs. He's the big for St. Louis. He leads them in scoring and rebounding, and he's the guy at 6'10" that everybody will focus on if St. Louis makes a run.
He's the guy they started calling Cream Abdul-Jabbar last year. Yeah, it was one of the greatest nicknames ever, Cream Abdul-Jabbar.
So look,
obviously I cannot say it, but it's a great nickname.
He's got tournament experience. He is a big. I think it is interesting because, Georgia, they can be really, really good. I don't know if I trust this Georgia team. I've got Georgia advancing, but again, this is basically, It's a typical 8-9 game. Georgia right now a 2.5-point favorite. We all three have Georgia.
Alabama is the leading scoring team in the nation in terms of points per game. Nate Oates does not like us talking in per game stats, as he tells us on the show when he comes on. It's per possession stats.
That's the
analytical side.
Well, I mean, that's as high as we can go intelligence-wise. We've just got to. What's in front of us is what we got to roll with.
You'll have to find me, Coach, a website that gives me points per possession, and I'll start talking about points per possession. But quickly, Alabama is number 1. Georgia is number 5 at 89 a game. St. Louis number 10 at 88 a game. So that's why this game is expected to be so high scoring. And all three of us have Georgia winning and advancing. So that's another one where we are all in agreement. We've got a lot of agreement here on day one.
I'm telling you, right now, if I am just listening to this show, I'm getting down on St. Louis and BYU. Would you not agree?
I mean, we're all three on them. Yeah. We're all three on the other side of that one, Texas and Georgia. And if you're just somewhere watching or listening to the show, you're like, yeah, typical SEC guys are picking the SEC teams, right? All right, we'll come back to all the other games. We're going to get to every single game played today and all the SEC games as well that are played today for sure. But first, let's do our college football spotlight. Tyler, if you don't mind firing up the old Shannara spotlight today.
The College Football Spotlight.
It is brought to you by our guy, Alexander Shannara, Trial Attorneys. Alexander Shannara is the guy that can recover more than $2 billion. $2 billion for his clients. That is saying a whole lot, right? How does he do it? Well, this guy has got some core values that he follows above all things else in business, and that's what has led to him recovering more than $2 billion for his clients. Just a few core values for a guy that's just basically working right here in his community. They are integrity, mastery, passion, and success. Alexander Shannara, Trial Attorneys. Shannara.com. When you find yourself in need of an attorney, Shannara.com. You don't pay a dime unless they win your case at Shannara.com. Speaking of dimes, our guy Alexander Shannara is going to give a few away.
Yeah,
we have told you, we've talked a lot about the Kalshi bracket. You still do that for another 40 minutes. But we're about to start transitioning our focus to the Shannara Showdown. You guys loved it last year. Shannara Showdown, we're going to give you a chance to win every single game day. You get a chance to enter in the Shannara Showdown. We're going to have a game every day the games are played up. All you got to do, Brooks will have it out on social media. You go to the website, nextroundlive.com. You make your pick. You're logged in right there. And all the correct predictions, every single correct prediction is going to go in the drawing at the end. And Lance, our guy Alexander Shannara has come with some great prizes. We're going to pay 4 places.
4 places. So first place will have the opportunity to choose between a bottle of Pappy or $1,000. Then second place, or I should say at that point, second place is going to get the alternative, right?
That's right. Either the Pappy or
I will say, though, like let's say that somebody like you that is not a drinker, then we go to Pappy or $500.
Yeah,
so
we'll work with you.
We can play it down. But we've got 4 different prizes available.
$1,000. If you look at the value of the Pappy, you might want to take the Pappy. Anyway.
Bottle of the Pappy. $500 and then $250. So 4 people are getting paid out with the Shannara Showdown. Again, we've got your favorite play every day of the NCAA tournament. We'll have one game up. What is our game today?
It's Georgia and St. Louis. The one we just talked about right there. Georgia and St. Louis. Keith, quickly, where is the link? Brooks will have it on social media. You can actually get it just by going to nextroundlive.com right there. Shannara Showdown, nextroundlive.com.
You got plenty of time because that game, again, we talked about the late tip.
And that's what we're going to try to do, just pull back the curtain. We're going to try to give you the latest game possible of interest every day, so you've got as much time as possible to get in on this. But we're doing it every single game day. We obviously are not on Saturday and Sunday, but pay attention. Brooks will send it out on social media. You'll have a game every single day that the tournament is played. NextRoundLive.com, part of our Shannara Showdown. So another chance to win. Now, our buddy Alexander also brings you the college football spotlight today. The spotlight going to be back in Auburn. 2 things here. First, here is Alex Golish, the Auburn head coach. He's got, it was a ton of, was it 13 South Florida guys that came with him? Is that the right number? Something like that.
Sounds right.
13. Yeah. South Florida guys, including Byron Brown, the quarterback. So he's got a few guys in this system that already know what he expects, how he runs a practice, how his offense works, all those things. How important is that to the Auburn coach?
I think today, huge. It's the first time you really got out there just because you can operate. Usually first days, this is my 3rd time, I guess, offensively. that first group is you're still trying to figure out how this all goes, and we're unique offensively, so that part is tough. But the centerpiece is huge to be able to operate. Obviously, the quarterback, the skill guys, and I think more impressive than just the guys themselves, they're bringing the other guys in those rooms along with them. And there's some young guys that stepped up that are certainly not South Florida guys, but it's been huge. You saw it offensively today for sure.
I mean, I can see how that makes it a transition so much easier. If you've got a bunch of guys sprinkled in that know exactly how a coach runs a practice and what he is expecting from you, it's much easier for those guys to say, "Hey, don't do it that way." They don't want to say that, or do it this way, or whatever the case.
No, and look, I think these guys will have instant credibility. I mean, they're coming into a new environment, but based on the fact that they're coming from this system, the familiarity, I mean, that's priceless.
Yeah. Now, anytime there is a coaching change, and this is not just in like college coaching or NFL, this is in any walk of life, anytime you have a leadership change, if you praise the way the new leader does things, the new head coach, it automatically sounds like you're criticizing the former guy, even if you don't mean to be criticizing the former guy, right? So in other words, like when, Kalen DeBoer took over, if a player at Alabama had said something along the lines of, Kalen DeBoer really cares about me and what's going on in my life, he may not mean that Nick Saban didn't, but it makes it sound like that's a change and Nick Saban didn't care about that. And that may not be what he means at all, right? This is not that case. This is Xavier Atkins, Auburn player, on the difference now between an Alex Golesh practice and what they had last year. This is not one of those where it's like he's complimenting one, so it sounds like he's taking a shot at the other one. Listen to this. This is the opposite of that.
It's different. Like, obviously, I could tell the music, when y'all first got in here, So it's different. Like, it's just like more – it's more structure at leadership. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's not like where they acting like they demanding greatness. Like, they demanding like where you gonna show up and do your job every day. And that's the type of stuff that we need as a team. Like, we shouldn't have to, like last year we shouldn't have to feel like, we can just walk in here and just like you got to come do your job every day and prove yourself. Like, nobody's job is like guaranteed. So that's the biggest thing he emphasizing. Like, the first practice, like we'll make sure we compete every day.
I mean,
hey, that's your defensive leader. I mean, that was one of those guys that Golesh had to retain and was able to do so. But I don't understand what happened under Hugh Freeze. I really don't. I mean, just hearing comments like that, I mean, how they weren't demanding excellence, especially with the hot seat that Hugh Freeze was going into last year. I just don't get it.
I mean, that is not like Xavier Atkins is complimenting Alex Golesh, and it sounds like an insult to Hugh Freeze. He was literally saying all these things were not happening last year, and they are now.
And I've got a feeling, and again, a lot of this is going to depend on how Auburn plays early, but let's just say that Auburn jumps out of the gate and they open 4-0. And, very winnable games, Baylor, neutral site, Southern Miss, Florida, and Vanderbilt all at home. I think you're going to get more and more of this. Like, what's the difference in this team and last year's team? And I think it comes from the top. It's a different attitude here.
While we're on this, can you go to cut 3, Tyler? This has been on the cut sheet 2 days. I do not know why Kirby is being asked about this, and I don't know what he says about it. Scott, is there any context I need on this, why Kirby has asked the question we're about to play?
Yes. So apparently a few weeks back, the Georgia equipment folks tweeted a video that had this image.
What am I?
In the back, you'll see some white helmets.
Interesting. So Georgia, have they ever worn a white helmet? Do you know?
Well, I mean, we talked about this on Bama and Bourbon yesterday.
Their recruits have a number of times.
Okay.
If you look at guys who come and take visits there, they're constantly in like white helmets, like alternate uniforms. That they don't. Uniforms that apparently they have but never wear.
Gotcha.
So Glory, their collective, right?
Yeah.
Yesterday, Aaron Suttles, I think he brought this up on air. Scott, you'll have to remind me if I'm wrong. Yeah. And I guess these are is this the quote we're going to?
Well, let's hear what Kirby says. So Kirby has asked, so this photo has these white helmets in it, probably by design. And Kirby's going to be asked about them wearing those. Here's Kirby Smart, the Georgia head coach.
Coach, there was something on social media a while ago, I guess, from your equipment folks, kind of teasing some all-white uniforms. Is that something you would maybe consider doing, maybe that or some other alternative unis this year?
Yeah, I hear that stuff all the time, the chatter online about how much
I supposedly hate all that stuff. That's never been my stance. Just because somebody doesn't do it doesn't mean you don't like it. For me, I focus on the guys like playing the game and worry more about winning the game than what you wear. And that's been a staple for me. But our guys have brought it up several times, and I know a lot of people brought it up. I'm so sick of hearing about it that, to be honest with you, if they can triple our subscribers to Glory, I'll wear the shit. So if they want to triple the subs and get it done by G-Day, I'll be all about it. Y'all get them to do it, and I'm in.
That's a great answer.
Why not? Yeah, I will submit, but I'm getting something back for it.
That's right. That's a guy that knows the NIL game, and what is unsaid there, I'm just going to say this, what seems unsaid there is Kirby knows, I'm not going to say it's difficult to get the dollars at Georgia, but it's more difficult than it is at a place like Ohio State or somewhere like that, apparently.
Yeah, I think that's pretty obvious.
Yeah.
And it's interesting because Georgia really hasn't done a lot, and I brought this up yesterday as far as like they have the traditional uniforms. They've got really good uniforms. I remember against Boise State in that opening game, it was awful with the silver helmets.
Yes.
But, Alabama fans have always, hey, man, I wonder if they're ever going to come out with the white helmet. I would think Kalen DeBoer probably might get every dollar they can. Probably will make a little amends when it comes to traditional things with the program. I mean, it's unfortunate in one degree, but like Kirby's like, to hell with it, man. You guys can triple it. Let's do it.
I think the advent of the Alabama white helmet, which has not been worn since I think the early 80s. I think they wore it in the early 80s. I could be wrong about that.
I never remember it. I remember always hearing the urban legends about it.
No. It existed. I think it existed in a time where having a little contrast in the helmet helped the passing game. As I remember the story, that's why they wore the white helmet. Maybe you weren't playing a night game in a stadium that's got great lighting, so if I've got a white helmet, it's easier for my quarterback to see my receivers. You know what I'm saying? Like if I'm playing at Baton Rouge and they've got a yellow helmet and I got a white helmet that stands out a little more, I don't know.
You got to make sure the other team doesn't have the white helmet.
That's right. Yeah, you don't want to do that.
There's Georgia against Boise.
That is just an atrocious uniform. Why you would ever do that?
That was one of the early easy state winners with Boise knocking off Georgia.
What was the point spread? Oh, Boise won outright.
Yeah, they won outright. And I just remember Dunaway, there is no way this Boise team can hang with the team from the SEC.
Yeah, that is a terrible uniform. Had I known Georgia won that, I'd been pulling for Boise ahead of time. Georgia's got such a good uniform. Don't screw with it.
I know. They really do.
Like I saw Samuel in the chat, like the silver breeches don't do it for me. I think the silver breeches are awesome. When Georgia's in that red top with the silver breeches and their traditional helmets, a fantastic uniform.
Yeah, but if you're a big Georgia fan and you know that you can triple, let's just say that you can triple the money that is available right now. Tradition's one thing, but do you mind bending it a little bit if you can get those extra funds?
Yeah.
Shouldn't take that.
Well, look, you're going to lose a little tradition when you start putting sponsor logos on jerseys, but that's coming too. So, that's just on the way. It's going to be everywhere. All right, that is the Spotlight. Our Innisfree countdown to kickoff, 163 days from the kickoff college football season. A lot of the SEC in spring camp right now. We'll talk about that, obviously, as it continues. But when fall gets here, Innisfree Irish Pub, a great place to go on game day.
It really is, and a great place to go today. Look, those doors are back open. They are rolling. They've got a fantastic patio, so inside or outside, TVs everywhere. 2 locations, the original in Tuscaloosa, the location right there in Lakeview. Get in, see all the fine folks there. They've got food at the one in Tuscaloosa, live music at both, but stop into the Innisfree Irish Pub, Tuscaloosa or Lakeview, for all of your tournament action.
All right, more NCAA tournament chatter and Tyler's 4 downs when we come back on the next round.
Take the next round anywhere you go with official Next Round gear. Buy yours today at nextround.store.
I'm attorney Alexander Shinar, Alabama-born, Alabama-raised, and ready to fight for your rights. I have one of the largest firms in Alabama, and we are here to help you get the compensation you deserve. Call me, Alabama, 323-1000.
Your representation is made that the quality of legal services being performed is greater than those of other lawyers.
To everyone who craves a fresh meal made just for you, let our team member Jacob share what's special about Culver's.
In Wisconsin, our food comes from the heart, and taking the time to handcraft your meal with care is how we've always done it at Culver's. It's why your Butterburger doesn't touch the grill until after you order.
Come to Culver's and let us serve you a Butterburger, made special just for you. From Wisconsin with love, welcome to Delicious.
At Central State Bank, we are large enough to serve you and small enough to know you. Manage your money with ease, whether it's mobile banking, hassle-free checking, competitive loans, business solutions, or personalized financial advice. We're your hometown bank with big-time service. Visit us today and experience banking made simple, because at Central State Bank, you come first.
Member FDIC.
Catch up on all today's Next Round on demand through the podcast platform of your choice, Apple, Spotify, iHeart, or Google Podcast, wherever you listen. Always like, follow, subscribe, and turn on automatic downloads so you never miss any part of the Next Round.
Remember the name Way to Wellness if you're battling weight loss in your life. I'm Jim Dunaway from the Next Round. There was a time I was over 216 pounds until Way to Wellness helped me lose 45 pounds, and now for over 2 years, they've helped me keep that weight off. Here's their website, aplanforme.com, aplanforme.com. That's a great name for a website because there's no cookie cutter plan. Everything is designed specifically for you. No contract, no sign-up fees, and your first consultation is free at Way to Wellness.
Hey, let me tell you about our friends at Urology Centers of Alabama. Compassionate and comprehensive urological care with 35 physicians, 17 locations across Alabama. Their patient-centered approach to all of your urological needs. Remember, they've got that new men's health center. It is beautiful, helping men with a wide range of sensitive male issues in a comfortable environment. You can always go online, visit urologycentersalabama.com, schedule an appointment with one of their many urologists today.
Birmingham's fastest party returns to Barber Motorsports Park March 27th through 29th. Medical Properties Trust presents the Children's of Alabama Indy Grand Prix, powered by AmFirst Experience. 3 days of high-speed action featuring the fastest drivers in the world from the IndyCar Series. Enjoy the Kids Zone, food trucks, beer garden, fan zone, and more. The Children's of Alabama Indy Grand Prix. Kids 15 and under get in free. Get your tickets now.
Hey, there's nothing worse than waking up to a plumbing problem. Don't get caught in a flooded house. Call the guys at Hemp Hill Services. Adam, Chad, and the team at Hemp Hill are the only ones I trust to fix it and fix it right the first time. Hemp Hill Services does it right and always at a fair price. For all of your plumbing, cooling, and heating needs, trust the name that Birmingham has trusted since 1954. That is Hemp Hill Services. Call now, 205-229-2090. That's 205-229-2090.
Ain't no party like a Dega party. The noise, the chaos, the will to survive. The biggest, boldest, brashest, fastest, and most intimidating track in all of NASCAR. Only one place calls that home. At Talladega, anything can happen. And at this super speedway, everything usually does.
Hell yeah, boys!
NASCAR weekend at Talladega Superspeedway, April 24th through the 26th. Get your tickets now at TalladegaSuperspeedway.com.
All right, we continue on the next round. 4 downs coming up momentarily. NCAA Tournament, if you're with us live, 24 minutes from tipping off. Well, I bet, TCU Ohio State, it's an 8-9 game. So I'm sure there's, you're probably a little disappointed in your team already if you're an 8-9 game. But I imagine the butterflies, like if you are in a 3-14 game, or a 5-12 game, the butterflies, knowing you're in that early window right now and you're a hardcore fan of your 5-seed or your 3-seed team, I bet the butterflies are crazy right now.
Well, if you're in the 8-9, you got to play the 1.
That's right, yeah. 8-9, you're a little disappointed in your team, primarily if you're an 8-9, especially those two. Ohio State, I don't know about TCU, but Ohio State, historically, they expect to be better than the 8-9
Yeah, are
game.
you not surprised, though, that they're not better in basketball?
I am. Well, they've had their moments. Was it Jim O'Brien? Was that the guy's name that took them? Didn't they go to a Final Four under him?
Michael Red, Scooney Penn. It was the year that.
What you got there?
I'm trying to battle through it. It was the year that Auburn was the number 1 seed.
That's right. They beat them in Tennessee. Yeah, they were the 4 seed. They beat Auburn in Knoxville, Tennessee, and ended up going to the Final Four.
And then the only time I've been present at a national championship game was when Ohio State lost to Florida in Atlanta.
Wow, they were in the national championship.
Thad Matta.
Thad Matta.
That was Greg Oden, Mike Connolly Jr. I mean, that was a great team.
No, that was a great team. I'm with you. You would think that historically Ohio State would be a little bit of a better program. They found themselves in the 8-9 game today.
Yeah, like if I'm Ohio State, if I get hired as their athletic director, I'm like, okay, we've got football, and we're going to continue to commit there. But we're going to put our resources behind basketball. We got to figure out a way to be better at basketball.
Yeah. Not all our resources, but enough that we're going to be good at basketball. They got a big arena there. It's an on-campus, but I think it's like a pro arena. So they've got, you would seem to have a lot of pieces. They've got a lot of pieces that can make them good.
You know, the thing about the Big Ten that's interesting to me, like in the SEC, I mean, I guess you could kind of say it to a degree. I mean, in the Big Ten, how many teams can you say are elite at both sports?
Michigan? You mean like they have been at times in history?
No, I'm talking about like right now.
Oh, right now.
It's Michigan.
Michigan? Is that the only one?
Yeah. I mean, Nebraska is better at basketball than football.
They're not elite at football, right? And they're not elite at basketball, but they're back in the
Ohio
tournament.
State's in the bracket.
Yeah, but they're in an 8-9 game. I wouldn't call it elite.
I mean, half the college football playoff field schools made the NCAA tournament.
I did see you send that one out, yeah. But you're right, the Big Ten, if you just literally go elite, you're probably only at Michigan.
And in the SEC, if you try to double up.
I mean, Alabama is the closest.
Alabama is the closest.
I mean, Florida has not been because of football.
Yeah, I think Texas and Florida will eventually get there.
Yeah.
Because I think Sean Miller is going to be able to do it, and I think on the other side, John Summerall is going to be able to do it. But
what about A&M long-term with Bucky Ball and the investment into football?
Yeah. I mean, it's a good – well, first of all, football's got to, do a little something. I know they made the playoffs this year, but they got bumped in the first round.
They were 11-1 in the regular season.
I know, but
I'm
what
just
do
saying,
they have to show
Elko
for all this?
in year two has got – I feel good about A&M trending with that.
And Bucky, look, we love Bucky, obviously, but I'm going to wait and see. I mean, for year one, I thought was a huge success for Bucky. Finishes tied for fourth in the conference. They lost the tiebreakers, obviously. That's why they had to play earlier in the conference tournament. Finished tied for fourth in the conference, made the NCAA tournament. I don't think you could ask any more from Bucky in year one.
Well, I don't know who brought this up earlier, and Brooks might have been a graphic from you, but, the combination of wins in football and basketball, Vanderbilt's tops in the SEC this year.
That's true. They're the closest to elite, actually.
I mean, Clark Lee, Mark Byington. I don't think you're buying that pair moving forward.
No, but other than Alabama, Vandy's probably the closest to elite than anybody else. Think about that for a second. I mean, Georgia's in an 8-9 game. Their football team's obviously
That's
elite.
subjective, though. I mean, because that included non-conference in basketball, which Vanderbilt didn't play a very strong non-conference schedule.
But if I said who had the best combo year, I think you would go Vanderbilt based on expectations. And I think if you're going the worst combo year, it would be Auburn or LSU. Based on expectations.
I think I saw a graphic that Auburn was one of like 4 schools this year that didn't have a team make the men's, women's basketball tournaments or bowl game.
Jeez. Don't pile on.
But coming into the season, the combination of Hugh Freeze and Stephen Pearl.
Well, but you thought it was going to be Hugh Freeze and Bruce Pearl until very, very late in the game.
Hugh gets fired.
Yep.
Stephen is in the NIT. And that couldn't have been a correct. I mean, Forrester, help me out. There's no way Auburn sent out a congratulations on 18 wins.
They did.
They did.
Yeah.
They did.
Listen to Scott's voice. You didn't like that, Scott, as an Auburn guy?
I didn't love it.
I mean, I love Stephen. I'm glad he's,
I love Stephen too. But
he's in this position. But
how does he not veto that? That is one thing that I think all sitting head coaches have veto power on anything that goes out internally on social media. You guys would agree, right?
I would, yeah.
If I'm Stephen, if my anything on my program is going out, I want to see it. If you think that it's controversial at all, and if that comes to me, if I'm Stephen, I'm like, there is not a chance in hell. If you win game number 18 in the first round of the NCAA tournament, I get it. But
it's a little micromanaged, though. I mean,
yeah, I would think you could say
Lance,
that.
What
now?
if I started texting you everything before I posted it?
And you're not and you're not a college coach. Do you want to? Would you want to look at everything Brooks posted?
You sent me something on St. Patrick's Day to the group, and you said, "Hey, is this okay?"
Yeah.
That would be Stephen Pearl sending out 18 win for the NIT.
There's a lot I don't need to send out, but I think I would go to that one and say, "Hey, you cool with this?"
Like we trust you to send all this stuff out, but I think if there's anything, like, would you have sent this out, Brooks?
I may have ran it by Stephen Pearl because it specifically had to do with him, the post
That's right.
did. So if I ever put a post out with one of you guys' name on it, I may run it by you first.
Okay, do you think somebody ran this by Stephen?
Probably not.
I hope not.
I would say probably not.
And if I did, boy, we'd have a long conversation.
I think the idea is they're trying to promote him from the standpoint of like, look, he even had more wins than his dad did.
Oh, it's a PR game. It's 100% a PR game. Auburn knows.
But their social media did not do a good job on the PR game this year.
Well, I mean, their social media was hammering home why they should have been in the tournament. I think that was wasted time on their part, but that was all PR is all that was. And that is, too, saying you won 18 games.
I know, but it's like reeks of desperation, and now it reeks of...
I know this definitely went through multiple chains because the way that these colleges run now, they have social media teams of people. I mean, like they have multiple people working on graphics, photos, all that stuff. And so this definitely had multiple sets of eyes on it before it was posted.
Yeah. New York Butcher Shop, bringing you this part of the show. We need to get to 4 Downs here. Tyler's 4 Downs. Part of the show, though, brought to you by New York Butcher Shop.
Hey, a lot of you guys aren't going to be leaving the house over the next 4 days. One thing you can do is pick up some of the great fresh meats from the New York Butcher Shop. Grill some of those steaks as you're watching all of this March Madness. The fantastic in-house sides made every single day right there by the great staff of butchers. From those baked beans that I love, the mac and cheese, the goat cheese mashed potatoes. Incredible selection of desserts and fine wines as well. 2 locations. The original in Caba Heights, newest location right there in Greystone, Highway 119. Go see Jim, all the great staff of Butchers. For more information, stop in one of the 2 locations. Rare quality, well-done service, the New York Butcher Shop.
And it is time for 4 Downs, presented each day by Central Alabama Asphalt and Construction. You see them a lot of times doing the major state, federal government, municipal roadway projects. And when you see them, they do a lot of those. You may think, well, that means they don't have time for my job or capacity for my job. That is incorrect. The smaller jobs, they've got an entire division focused on like driveways, parking pads, parking lot for a church or a community center or something like that. So it's the same crews, same quality, same no excuse standards, no matter the size of the job. If you want them to give you an estimate, 205-349-0910. That's 205-349-0910. Or centralalabamaasphalt.com.
First down.
So this backroom punishment has got me wondering.
Okay.
What's the best hot dog you've ever had?
I will tell you the first thing that came to mind is the old school Legion Field hot dog, Tyler.
Oh, so good.
When we were kids going to Legion Field for a Bama game or an Iron Bowl or something like that, they would have kraut and like a ketchup mustard mix, and it was all mixed together.
And the foil
dog,
would hold it in.
The foil wrapper, and it would hold it in, and the bun would get kind of steamed in that foil wrapper. Those are fantastic hot dogs. I could eat. The challenge you'll have to do, if you put 9 of those in front of me, I think I could eat all 9 in this segment. They were so good.
So Daddy's Dogs in Nashville. Late night, Maddie and I had just started hanging out, and she took me to Daddy's Dogs. Have you ever heard of Daddy's Dogs?
I have not.
I'm going to tell you the one that I got. I ended up getting a sack and just spent way too much money on all these hot dogs. But the one, if I can find it, it was the one in Printer's Alley. God, they got a lot of locations now.
Are they all in? Well, I'll give you another one. Any Conecuh dog. Oh, wait a minute. The one my wife started making during football season, too. It's Conecuh sausage with barbecue sauce on it, and then turnip greens on top of that.
Okay.
And fried onions on top of that if you like the fried onions. It's phenomenal.
You're going to die. Listen to these 2 that I got.
Okay.
The Seattle dog first. It's the Daddy Dog topped with cream cheese, grilled onion, and sriracha.
Boy, that's a lot.
I'd eat it.
And the Georgia was my favorite.
Give me Georgia.
Daddy Dog topped with cream cheese, peaches, jalapeno, and the secret sauce.
Do the Georgia dog, did they say this thing goes through you at 95 miles per hour?
I don't remember the backside
See what I did
of
there?
it.
You see what I did there? Yeah.
But,
all right, give me the Georgia again. I was thinking of my joke. What was it?
It's the Daddy Dog topped with cream cheese, peaches, jalapenos, and secret sauce.
I'd eat the crap out of that. That sounds good.
Freaking delicious.
Yeah.
But I love hot dogs. Don't really eat them much because that's one of the lesser accessible I mean, you just have a lot of places that have hot dogs,
they're
right?
just so easy to do. I prefer over hot dogs a Conecuh sausage dog and a brat. I prefer those over hot dogs.
I agree.
But it's a little more effort on those. Hot dogs are just so easy to do.
Yeah, see, I'll give 2 shouts out. Hamburger Heaven, Pete Flack. They do a great,
Their
selection
chili
of hot
fantastic,
dogs.
yeah.
Very good. And then a non-sponsor, I'll just throw it out. There's 2 locations now in Birmingham. Paramount does a really good custom dog, but I don't think anybody touches Daddy's dog. So if you're up in Nashville,
Daddy's dog.
Very, very good.
Second down.
Got a celebrity birthday here. Theodore Capitani von Kernatowski III, better known as Theo Von.
That's not his real name.
That is
Are
his
you
full
serious?
real name.
I bet he can't even say it.
Theodore Capitani von Kernatowski III. He's got like a coat of arms.
Wow.
He's like, I want to say it was like Polish royalty or something.
Okay. All right, go ahead.
Anyway, he turns 46 today. So what is one comedian that you like on podcasts but not stand-up, or vice versa? You like their stand-up but don't like them on podcasts?
Joe Rogan will be an obvious. I never watch his stand-up. I don't know that he does it anymore, but
I've seen Rogan do stand-up.
He says he does it, but it's not good.
But I do very much like his podcast. But depending on the guest, I don't listen to every one of them.
Theo's the same way for me. I can't do his stand-up, but I really enjoy him as a podcast guest.
I don't like Theo Vaughn. I did go see a stand-up last year in Tuscaloosa because I took Jack and Jace for I think I'd given it to him for Christmas or something.
The only Theo Vaughn podcast that I consume is the stuff I get like on TikTok, and those are obviously going to be his funniest moments, and they're pretty funny. Just him stumbling around through stuff, but I don't know that I could watch an entire podcast of his.
Yeah, he's best in clips.
Yeah. I think I'm probably consuming it the way that is best for me is clips of Theo Vaughn.
I mean, Danny McBride doesn't do stand-up, right?
I don't know.
I wouldn't think he does.
I'll tell you one I've seen clips from. I guess I can't call him a stand-up comedian, but Brian Baumgartner, that played Kevin on The Office.
Yep.
He, Kenny Mayne, and Cooper Manning do a golf podcast. Isn't that a random collection of people?
Very random.
Yeah, but it's a good podcast. I've seen clips of it. I've never watched a full podcast.
Conan O'Brien does a lot of really good stuff. Obviously hosted the Oscars. I've never seen him do stand-up. I've seen him do his monologues. But, he's got a good podcast.
Jody says Dusty Slay has a great podcast. I like him as a comedian. I've never seen his podcast. Vol fan says Tim Dillon. Samuel says Joey Diaz.
Ryan, I think Dusty Slay does one with Nate Bargatze a lot, so you probably like that.
I have seen that. Yeah, I've seen that. That's right. I thought Slay was just a guest, so he's one of the co-hosts.
My gosh, we are in a crowded field.
Oh, everybody's got a podcast.
Everybody.
You kidding me?
Everybody
it's like the band.
Yeah.
That's the old thing. Let's start a podcast. It's y'all's generation. Let's start a band.
Hey, y'all's generation. What the crap you doing back there, Brooks?
Podcasts weren't a thing when you were growing up.
Y'all's generation makes us sound ancient.
Don't take it personally. You get what I'm saying, though.
Podcasts
were not a thing when you were in high school. They weren't even a thing when I was in high school.
Do third down.
Third down.
Bruce Willis turned 71 today. There weren't podcasts when he was in high school either. What's your favorite Bruce Willis movie?
12 Monkeys.
I actually haven't seen that one.
Oh, you'd love it. Yeah. Sci-fi, got a little time travel. You got a epidemic that is about to hit the world or did hit the world. I think you'd really, really like it.
I get made fun of for liking Hearts War. That's a good Bruce Willis movie. I like Hearts War.
You haven't seen Die Hard, though, right?
Huh? I've not seen Die Hard.
You've probably seen The Last Boy Scout.
Not seen The Last Boy Scout.
You watched 20 minutes of Pulp Fiction, so you didn't even get to Bruce Willis'
I didn't even know he was in it. He was in Pulp Fiction.
Exactly. Yeah.
Pulp Fiction would probably be 2 for me, and then Die Hard 3.
Again, I figured out Sixth Sense very early in the movie, but I don't remember loving it or hating it. It was good.
Okay, I'm glad you brought up the Sixth Sense. I'm trying to think about my Mount Rushmore of Bruce Willis movies. Pulp Fiction. You've got to have Die Hard on there. I would go 12 Monkeys, but do you go Armageddon? Do you do Sixth Sense?
I think you got to go Armageddon and Sixth Sense and drop 12 Monkeys if you're doing an objective Mount Rushmore. Otherwise, it's just your 4 favorites.
Did you ever watch him in Moonlighting? Was it he and Sybil Shepherd, right?
No, never did. Yeah. I like Bruce Willis, and it's really, really sad.
Yeah, it's sad what's happened.
The shape that he is in right now. Very, very
Fourth down.
What's your favorite March Madness memory?
Man, I will tell you, I think we'd all be on the same if Gordon Hayward could have hit the half-court shot, right?
We were watching that at Fleming's, weren't we?
Yeah.
We had a big group at Fleming's.
God, that thing went, it was in and out.
If that double dribble was called, then I think that'd be Scott's.
I think it would.
Did you just pick a scab?
Too soon.
Too soon.
I'll tell you, man, that was a fun time, though, Auburn getting to a Final Four for that first time ever. And I remember we were in Iron City, another March Madness moment for us.
Do you remember what happened there, though? Because Dunaway was at the game. He was in Minneapolis. He and Landrum were up there. You remember that? We were doing a jogging.
So was I.
Scott, you were there, too. Well, but you're not going to like this story, Scott. It's one of the more uncomfortable moments. One of the most uncomfortable moments I've ever had because of how this played out. But Auburn's leading Virginia. Scott, I'm sorry to do this to you. Auburn's leading Virginia. And the Iron City people are like, the place is packed. And they're like, hey, as soon as this game goes final, you guys announce we're doing this again Monday night for the national championship game. And they're like, yo, get out there, get out there. And Lance and I are both like, this game is not final. And we're watching it on our phone. And there was like a 10-second delay between our phone and the big screen everybody's watching. So all these Auburn fans are excited and celebrating. And Lance and I see the final result before they do. And we look at each other like, oh, my God, they just lost this game. And the Auburn fans are celebrating. So now we know, you got to watch their reaction because this is not going to be pretty. Scott, sorry to do that to you, but that was a pretty uncomfortable moment.
That was very uncomfortable.
I have never been more beaten up over a result of a sports contest ever.
I got beat up. This shows you the hatred for Duke back in the day. The Leitner shot against Kentucky.
That's probably my favorite memory.
Just watching that, because I think at that point, we're probably, if you're not a Duke fan, everyone's pulling against Duke.
Yeah, I was in on Kentucky.
And I was like, they're dead. They're dead and gone. And then they make the incredible inbounds play. Yeah, and he gets a clean look and knocks it down.
I remember where we were. It was that was 1992, so I was a sophomore in high school. And we were at a party. Or actually, I might have been a freshman. It was spring of 92, I guess. Yeah, whatever. Anyway, we were at a high school party, and we had the game on, and everybody stopped for that last play, even the girls.
Yeah, but for me,
everybody quit making out. We got a buzzer beater coming.
Growing up a huge Carolina fan, and again, I've tapped out on that probably late 2010s. But the first time they won a national championship with me as a fan in 1993, when they beat Michigan in the Fab Five, in the travel, that was an exciting. I remember that too. Yeah, I remember that was a long late night.
That was Weber travels. It's as big a travel as you'll ever see. And you remember Dean Smith in the sideline went nuts wanting to travel, and then he finally gets down and calls the timeout he didn't have. That was such a disaster of a possession.
That's probably it.
That was 4.
All right, that Alabama.
I'm glad we did that.
That's fun. I am too, Scott. I hope that didn't hurt too much. Alabama Asphalt bring you that. Bojangles going to take us to the break. You can always make it bow time at Bojangles. But what was there?
No, I've got to tell you this after. Well, I'll tell you on the other side. I'll tell you on the other side.
Okay, all right. Bojangler, the Bojangler sandwich is that Alaskan pollock filet with Bo's seasoning, lettuce, pickle, tomato, and tartar sauce on the deluxe. You can start your day getting up 3s, the triple-double biscuit, triple the protein, double the cheese on those scratch-made Bojangles biscuits. And you can have any breakfast with that iced coffee right now from Bojangles. Brand new iced coffee they've got. And finish any meal the right way with that strawberry cobbler at your local Bojangles, where you can always make it bow time.
Follow Brownie on Twitter and Instagram at Ryan Brown Live.
I'm attorney Alexander Shinar, Alabama-born, Alabama-raised, and ready to fight for your rights. I have one of the largest firms in Alabama, and we are here to help you get the compensation you deserve. Call me, Alabama, 323-1000.
Your representation is made that the quality of legal services being performed is greater than those of other lawyers.
Sterling and the fine folks at Champy's Chicken on Highway 119 in Alabaster want to welcome you in for a great lunch or dinner starting at 11 a.m. every day. Chicken that's brined overnight and cooked to order, and the taste of the Delta with those Delta recipe tamales. Champy's is perfect for all your tailgating needs this football season. You can also choose Champy's for your next party, wedding, or birthday. Great food, great people. Champy's Chicken on Highway 119 in Alabaster, and everything online at champyschicken.com.
At Central State Bank, We are large enough to serve you and small enough to know you. Manage your money with ease, whether it's mobile banking, hassle-free checking, competitive loans, business solutions, or personalized financial advice. We're your hometown bank with big-time service. Visit us today and experience banking made simple, because at Central State Bank, you come first.
Member FDIC.
When you crave activity like we do, you belong in the Roback family. Get the best golf wear, hoodies, and activewear for men and women at Roback.com. Use promo code TNR20 to get 20% off your order. That's Roback.com, promo code TNR20.
Looking for the ultimate weekend in Birmingham? The Children's of Alabama Indy Grand Prix is back at Barber Motorsports Park, March 27th through 29th, bringing big energy, big crowds, and unforgettable moments. It's more than a race. It's a full day of excitement, family fun, food, music, and world-class competition, all set on one of the most beautiful venues in racing. The Children's of Alabama Indy Grand Prix at Barber Motorsports Park. Get your tickets now.
Hey, for all of your IT and printing needs, reach out to our friends at Xerox Business Solutions. Look, I'm still one of those old school guys. I print my notes every single day for the show. If you watch the show here on the next round, you see all the notes in front of me. From day one, Xerox Business Solutions, they've been with us here at the next round. Local for over 45 years. For all of your IT and printing needs, visit XeroxBusinessSolutions.com or call 205-969-3000. That's 205-969-3000.
Storm season is here. Make sure you have a plan of action in place right now. Greg from Pell City and Storm Restoration Roofing should be your first call when storms hit. Insurance companies love working with Storm Restoration Roofing because of Greg Nelson's name and reputation in the industry. When storms hit, call Greg Nelson. He's local, 205-542-3531. He's the home of the free no-cost roof inspection. Greg from Pell City on Facebook, 205-542-3531. It's Storm Restoration Roofing.
Hey, Lance Taylor from the next round to tell you about one of our favorite places for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That is Hamburger Heaven since 1982. Hamburger Heaven has been serving Birmingham's best hamburgers, cheeseburgers, French fries, hand-spun milkshakes, and sandwiches made fresh to order. All of their ingredients are fresh and prepared daily. This includes their beef, always fresh, never frozen, hand-pattied each and every day. For breakfast, lunch, or dinner, visit any of the 4 locations, Highway 280, Irondale, Gardendale, and Homewood.
Ain't no party like a Dega party. The noise, the chaos, the will to survive. The biggest, boldest, brashest, fastest, and most intimidating track in all of NASCAR. Only one place calls that home. At Talladega, anything can happen. And at this super speedway, everything usually does.
Hell yeah, boys!
NASCAR weekend at Talladega Superspeedway, April 24th through the 26th. Get your tickets now at TalladegaSuperspeedway.com.
Jim Dunaway, Lance Taylor, Ryan Brown. Live from the Birmingham Racecourse Casino Studios, the next round, presented by Bud Light, is on now.
Congratulations, I found True TV. This is the one time many of you will watch True TV all season long. I have found it in the studio, so we are set. We got True TV.
It's also the one break in programming they have from Impractical Jokers.
They show a lot
that
of that.
That is one of the worst shows in the history of all of shows.
So you don't like it?
It is terrible. Do you like it?
I like the earlier seasons a lot.
Oh, God. I mean, if they just had one funny guy on the panel.
All it would take is a one for you.
Just one funny guy. Okay, Brown, I found your hot dog real quick. And
My hot dog? All right, let it go.
It's the Carolina.
Oh, I like a Carolina dog. There's a place locally that has a Carolina burger and a Carolina dog, and I've had them both.
Carolina dog is the daddy dog topped with coleslaw, bacon, secret sauce, and barbecue sauce.
I like it. Yep. And on that. Nothing to like about that.
I know you don't love the bacon, but I think it is.
No, I like bacon. I don't like bacon. I like bacon as an accessory. I don't like it as my main protein at breakfast, but I like it on a burger. I like it crumbled up on a salad. I mean, there's a lot of ways I like bacon.
Oh, how about this one? The elote.
Elote. I like elote.
Daddy dog topped with bacon, grilled corn, the cottage cheese. What is the Cotiga or J-A?
Cotilla.
Yeah,
Cotilla.
that
cotilla.
cheese.
You should have just stuck it out.
I should have it agree.
Okay, so Daddy Dog bacon grilled corn, the Katia cheese, Daddy's secret sauce, and a lime wedge.
I'd take that down right now.
Yep. You know what you took down yesterday was Champy's world famous fried chicken. What did you have for lunch there, Tyler? You said you saw Sterling.
Yeah, I did. Sterling always providing great service, and Megan always making great drinks. I got the chicken tender plate. The chicken tenders are so juicy, and I would hate to run into the chicken that tender came from in a dark alley. They are pretty dang big. And I also paired that with the potato salad and the baked beans.
Hey, do you want to do this one day? I don't know when. Let's do a next reel from Champy's from the bar.
I'm down.
Okay. We'll get Megan to make up some of the margaritas. We'll get some of the tamales. We'll make that happen.
Sounds good. I'm always down to go to Champy's.
Yeah, great idea. Champy's world famous fried chicken. They bring you this hour of the show. I was just looking at our brackets. I was going to look at the biggest, the upset you'd stake your life on.
Well, I'm just
Brooks
wondering
has our Sweet 16s, and we'll look at those in one moment.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what our most pivotal games today are.
I think what you learned, and as you've gone through all these, you've asked, I think we got a lot of the same games today. I don't think very many of them are pivotal.
Because you guys both have Ohio State. I've got TCU, but we both have them getting eliminated in the second round,
That's right,
so it's only a point. We both have Nebraska moving forward. How deep do you have Nebraska, though? I do have them in the Sweet 16.
I've got Nebraska in the Sweet 16. Now, Dunaway does have them losing to Vanderbilt, but that's only 1 point there. Jim, there's just nothing. I don't see like any.
Okay, what about Arkansas? Where do people have
Dunaway
Arkansas?
has them beating Wisconsin, losing to Arizona. So Sweet 16 for Arkansas. I've got them losing in the round of 32 to Wisconsin.
I've
so
got
there's a difference there.
Losing to Wisconsin too.
Yeah. The biggest upset I've got, if you were looking at my bracket, and let's Scott, are we good? Can we do the Sweet 16s? You open Scott's mic. You just tell me who's first because you're who we got first. Who you want to go with first?
All right, let's go you.
Oh, here we go. You're going to notice my biggest gamble here is UCLA. I've got them upsetting UConn in the round of 32 and eventually losing to Duke in the Elite Eight. So UCLA into the Elite Eight for me is probably going to change some scoring among the three of us there because...
Well, at least they've got an easy first-round game against UCF.
That's right. I mean, who doesn't win that game every single time? I gave you the stat yesterday, 7-10. How's the Big Ten doing those 7-10 games?
18-1.
Have you ever heard Mick Cronin mention the fact that UCLA's in the Big Ten now?
I have.
Yeah.
So that is a big game for you, though.
Oh, it's a massive game for me. Like if UCLA gets upset out of the chute, I am climbing out of the backseat of an Uber already. So that's my final four. A little non-conventional. We discussed it yesterday. Duke and Arizona, the 2-1 seeds, but I've got Illinois as a 3 seed and Iowa State as a 2 seed in my final four. Duke and Arizona playing for it all, and Arizona lifting the trophy. That's what I've got right there. You see anything jump out at you there?
Yeah, the thing that jumps out to me is we only match up on one Elite Eight matchups.
Oh, wow. How
Arizona, Gonzaga coming out of the West. I mean, outside of that,
Good. You and I got some separation. All right, let's go now. Who you got next? That's Ryan Brown's bracket. You'll see what Brown has in his bracket right there. So bet against that every single game. You'll want to go opposite of that based on his history. Here's Lance Taylor's bracket. Walk us through what you got. What's your biggest?
Well, let's just start in the East. I told you guys I think St. John's is going to make a run here. I've got them knocking off Duke and playing another rematch for the fourth time this year, UConn. But I've got UConn winning that region. I do have the Florida Gators rolling through. I mean, how boring is that? 1, 2, 3, and 4 down in the South. I mean, that is nothing but chalk.
All
and then
ones.
I've got 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Up top, you and I both match up on Gonzaga. That's 1, 2, 3, 5, which I've got on the other side.
My gosh, way out on a limb there, Lance.
And
well, that St. John's Duke game becomes big for you.
It does. And then in the bottom region, Midwest, I mix it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Because I do have Alabama in the Sweet 16. Where do you have Bama?
I've got Bama in the Sweet 16.
Where does Dunaway have them?
He's got them losing to Texas Tech. He does not even have them in the Sweet 16.
Okay. You know,
they're just one game, though.
My big team, and they have roiled. I mean, they have crushed me in the past. Is Tennessee, and I'm putting way too much confidence in Tennessee.
Well, when does Rick Barnes fail in this?
When? Never.
Yeah. I mean, you've only got them in the Sweet 16 or the Elite Eight. Excuse me.
I think I'm the only.
They do that every year, really.
The only one of us that has Florida winning the national championship.
You
I saw
are correct.
a lot of Arizona. I don't know though. Tyler, did you have Florida?
I got Florida winning it all.
Okay, so me and you do have Florida, but it seemed like there was a lot of Arizona.
Yeah.
Although I also have Iowa State in the final against Florida, and nobody else in the back room has that, but you have that, Brown. So I'm getting kind of worried that I might be taking down some dogs.
I got them in the Final Four.
Yeah, we're looking at Tyler's now.
Oh, this is Tyler's bracket. Okay, Eddie.
Well, that's a wild Final Four. Iowa State and Arkansas?
Yeah. Tyler, I like yours, man. That's a bold one. Iowa State, Arkansas, Florida, and UConn in your Final Four.
He's got Carolina making a little run there, too, in the Sweet 16.
Did you enter this same one on Kalshi?
I did.
Okay.
I did. This is my billion-dollar bracket.
Hey, let me tell you, you'll be among the few that have Arkansas and Iowa State in the Final Four. So if they happen to do that, you could be in the running for the billion and maybe even the million.
Oh, no.
No, I'm saying. I mean,
that's
Arkansas, Iowa State is on that half of the Final Four. That is that's out there.
I will predict my perfect bracket will probably be shot by 3 o'clock local
before
time.
the sun sets.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's so difficult to make it into the first night window unscathed because at that point you would have to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, 8-0. Yeah.
Before we move further, we'll look at the remainder of the brackets. Let's tell you about Alabama Power, though. I mean, the sun will set, Lance, but you'll still have lights on at the house watching the games, if I'm not mistaken. Right?
Yes.
Yeah, so that's because of Alabama Power, and we obviously appreciate them doing that. Alabama Power taking care of you. Severe weather pops up all the time this time of year, though, when you least expect it sometimes. That's why Alabama Power is always ready with the tech and the know-how to get your power back on and fast. With technology preventing outages and a team on call 24/7, they're here to keep you safe and in the loop. Stay ahead, too. Head to alabamapower.com/storm for storm safety tips, how to report an outage, and how to stay updated when storms are coming. alabamapower.com/storm. Stay safe out there with Alabama Power. Also, our guy Alexander Shinara, a reminder as we tell you about Alexander Shinara that the Shinara Showdown is back this year. And our buddy Alexander Shinara is giving away some great prizes to our audience with the Shinara Showdown.
You are going to have an opportunity if you are the winner of the Shinara Showdown. You can pick between a bottle of Pappy and $1,000. Or, this can move down a little bit. Third place is getting $500. Fourth place is getting $250. But if you want to work those dollars instead of the Pappy, we can figure it out. Bottom line is 4 prizes: Pappy, $1,000, $500, $250 from our man Alexander Shinara.
The way that works is every day that there is a game in the NCAA tournament, you will have a game to play at nextroundlive.com. It's right there at the top. Very easy to find. Nextroundlive.com. It is pinned on our social media as well. Brooks will have the game out every single day. Tonight's game, and we're going to try to give you as late a game as possible so you got plenty of time to get in. Tonight's game is what should be a high-scoring Georgia-St. Louis game. You could play that right now. It's always against the point spread. All you got to do is pick one side, and every time you win, every single win is an entry into the drawing at the end for this. So we will draw for 4 prizes, and all you got to do is win to get in right there. With the Shinara Showdown. So it's not like the bracket contest where if you have a crappy first day, you're completely out of it. You can redeem yourself every day. You guys loved this last year, so we brought it back to Shinara Showdown right there at nextroundlive.com. And when you find yourself in need of an attorney, Shinara.com, Shinara.com. You don't pay a dime unless they win your case with Alexander Shinara Trial Attorneys. All right, back to the brackets. We'll see what we've got in the brackets. Scott, tell me who we got next. We've seen mine, we've seen Lance's, we've seen Tyler's. 3 to go. Who's next?
Let's throw it back into the studio with Jimmy D.
So here's what jumps out at me about Dunaway's bracket. Every time Houston gets mentioned, what does Dunaway say about Houston?
This is the weakest version of Kelvin Sampson's team.
Who you see right there in the Final Four playing Duke, Lance? I can't see that far across the room. You tell me who that is.
I can't understand. I've never been able to understand Dunaway, but this is typical Dunaway.
I don't know. He has been down on Houston all year, yet here they are in the Final Four.
Yeah, it makes absolutely no sense.
Yeah. I did not see anything. If Alabama goes on a run, he's got them going out early to Texas Tech, so that would really, really hurt him if Alabama finds a way to beat Michigan. But there again, we've both got Bama going out in the Sweet 16.
Or is he trying to reverse landmine Bama all the way to the finals?
You always gotta wonder about that with Dunaway. But it could be the old reverse landmine. But the Houston pick, when I saw this yesterday, when he finally was able to send me his bracket from Vegas, I was like, you have dogged Houston all year long.
Yeah.
And there you have him in the Final Four. I don't get it, but whatever, man. He could be right. All right, all we got left is Scott and Brooks. Who we got next, Scott?
We'll go Brooks.
Let's see. This is
Jim and I have the same Final Four. I've got a few other.
Well, you haven't dogged Houston all year. Oh, look at you with UCLA.
Yeah.
You see the same thing I see.
I kind of liked their path there.
Apparently.
I mean, I don't know. I'm not buying UConn right now. UConn, it's either I feel like they're either a first weekend exit or a national champion. There's like no in between with them.
Well, you got a little confidence in Virginia and Kentucky. I mean, nobody will have that out of the Midwest.
Yeah, well, I picked Virginia there, and interesting fact about Virginia, I'm hoping they break through, have not won a single NCAA tournament game since winning the national championship in 2019.
Scott, were you there for that game?
I was.
Man, that is hard to believe.
Yes, I've heard.
Yeah, I found that out
is hard
yesterday.
to believe. I mean, Tony Bennett retired not long after that.
Oh, it's such a freaking good coach. But, I mean, look, I don't want to say they're back. I mean, they're a 3 seed, though.
They are. No, this is as good as they've looked since Tony Bennett retired.
I still have no confidence. Like, they'll beat Wright State as an 18.5-point favorite, but, matching up with Tennessee, that's coin flip.
Yeah, so I think BYU, I think a dominant player can take over. I think that'll get them out of the first weekend, so I like them in the upset over Gonzaga. I don't know. I think it would be so Mark Pope in Kentucky. You just still they've been dogging him all year. Didn't do great.
No, you're right. This would be a great time for a run for him.
Yeah, it would be. So, I mean –
well, and
isn't it sad that we consider a Sweet 16 a run for Kentucky?
Well, I think that would be enough. Obviously, he won't get fired with a Sweet 16
No, but that would be
appearance.
back-to-back Sweet 16s in 2 years. So, if I'm a Kentucky fan, it's almost like Kalen DeBoer getting to the playoffs this year. Like, that Sweet 16 is where we need to be, like, on a bad year.
I agree. Sweet 16 is our worst year if I'm a Kentucky fan. Now, that's not always going to happen. You're going to get upset occasionally. But
I was going to point out, too, speaking of Dunaway's bracket, he also picked Oklahoma over Alabama in the first round of the college football playoff.
That's a good point.
So I think there is some reverse psychology.
I do think it's interesting back to Kentucky and Santa Clara because I think we talk about the three of us have got Georgia. We've also got what was the other?
Louisville?
No, the other SEC, Texas.
Oh, Texas, yeah.
But I think the three of us have got Santa Clara.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, we've all got Santa Clara over Kentucky.
And that's become a trendy pick, and I'm starting to not like the fact that I've got Santa Clara, yeah.
All right, one more left to go. Scott Forrester, do you have your bracket available by chance? Here's what Forrester has done from the back row.
Heavy chalk.
Florida Gators, he's loved them all year until they get to the national championship game.
And that one, I'm not sure I went the right way on that one.
Okay, if you had it to do over again, you might go Florida over Arizona?
I might.
Yeah. You're right. There is a lot.
I listened to too many people, fall in love with Arizona, and I think it
they are
affected me.
good, man. Long and athletic.
Yep.
I would be shocked if Arizona does not come out of the West.
Is it a team west of the Rockies hasn't won one since Arizona won that one, right? Under Lute Olson. Was that the last one a team west of the Rockies has won, I think?
That sounds right.
Which that's been forever ago.
Gun to head. Now, I know we did this exercise last year in college football, and I was like, one conference champion, and we all went Clemson, and look how far that went. But if I went gun to head, one team to come out of their region, like I would take Arizona. I mean, I think the Duke thing is, especially with the Foster injury, way impossible to say. I feel great about the number 1 overall seed. I feel good about Florida, but when they match up with Houston, I think that's a bad matchup.
And if I had to go gun ahead, it'd probably be Arizona. Duke's a little banged up, which worries me some, though I have them in the national championship game. I'm with you. Florida, I think, is really, really good, but that Houston defense can give you one bad game, and that's all it takes. Michigan, I think Iowa State beats them.
I think the way I would
Arizona's
go,
got the best path.
I think I would go Arizona 1. Then I feel best about Michigan out of the Midwest. And although I've got Florida winning the national championship, I would take them 3rd. Yeah. And I think Duke, who Dunaway's got to win the national championship, I would put them last as far as coming out of that bracket.
I see a lot of this. Landmine Believer points out that Houston will have that Florida game, quote unquote, at home. It's in the Toyota Center.
Yeah.
I mean, it is in Houston. I don't know how big of an impact that's going to be. It's not like you're playing it on their campus facility, but
no. But I mean, I saw Florida up $1 million against Kentucky and Rupp. So
yeah, I mean, they've played in some tough road games. I don't know how that's going to impact the game, but it is going to be in Houston's backyard. There's no doubt about it. All right, speaking of the NCAA tournament, you've got your postseason package available right now at lanceslock.com. Not too late to jump on.
Yeah, we're 1-1 so far in the tournament. Both play-in games. We've got 7 plays up and available, multiple 5-stars. We've got a 7-star, which is a big play for us. Those are up and available. That game goes off later today. Jump on board at lanceslock.com. Free play every single day. Our first game goes off. Let me check here. Just give you the specific time. First game goes off next here at 11:40 between Troy and Nebraska. But free play, up and available. The package, $150, gets you the next 3 weeks. All hoops plays. Jump on, win with us at lanceslog.com. Always brought to you by our friends at Hemp Hill Services. Whether you experience the plumbing, heating, cooling issues, home or business, ready to serve you. 205-229-2090. Hard to stop a train. For more information, hemphillservices.com.
And Way to Wellness. That's the organization that helped Jim Dunaway get his numbers back in order and made him a healthier person. Way to Wellness. You can see more at aplanforme.com, aplanforme.com. The reason that is the website is it's not some cookie-cutter plan that everybody gets signed up for when they go there. They spend a lot of time making sure the plan is working for you. They do an evaluation. They get your numbers, just a risk-free evaluation of you to make sure, first of all, that their system is going to work for you, but secondly, the exact system that they choose. So it is optimized just for you to help you get your numbers in order and maybe even drop some LBs. Just get healthier. Way to Wellness. aplanforme.com. aplanforme.com. Leslie and her board-certified staff there at Way to Wellness. Go by and get a risk-free evaluation today. Texas A&M takes on St. Mary's tonight, 6:35 True TV. Bucky McMillan, not his first game, is an NCAA tournament coach. He did that at Samford, where by all rights they should have beaten Kansas. They had every opportunity, bad call at the end. And he might have beaten Kansas in his first ever game as a NCAA tournament coach.
I could never believe they were in that game, and you're right. I mean, they should have won that game.
Yep.
Achor, right?
Achor was on that team now at Mississippi State, not in the NCAA tournament. But Bucky is back with a tournament team. As he told us on this show, he put together at the last minute. He basically went to their collective and said, guys, we can't be talking about years to come. If I don't get money right now, we don't even have a team this year. Somehow that team, they're a 10 seed, is in the NCAA tournament. Here's their head coach.
What does it mean to have so many of your guys getting to play in their first NCAA tournament?
It means a lot. I mean, it's a great experience. You're playing for a national championship, whether you're there on the last day or the first day. And it's obviously a very well-run event, but, I mean, basketball is a tournament sport, and this is the greatest tournament in the world. And it's something that they can always take away. I've told them, though, I don't want them to have any regrets. I mean, it's a circus. I don't want them to come just to be part of the circus. I want the circus to last longer than 2 hours. So we got to have the laser focus you got to have and not just be happy to be here before you get to the first 10 minutes of the game and realize this isn't very fun because we're not focused and we're down by 15. So hopefully we remember that and we try to make this tournament last as long as possible.
Tough spot for them, though, if they want to make it last as long as possible right out of the chute. This is a tough match. Obviously, a 7-10. They're the 10. They're going to be the underdog. But this St. Mary's team, this is probably I'm not going to say probably. They got 3 teams in. This is the best that conference has been since Gonzaga started their run.
Well, and it's the St. Mary's team that beat Gonzaga earlier. And Randy Biddet's a guy over he's only made it out of the first weekend 1 time. But he still has 6 NCAA tournament wins. So he is a very, very good coach, normally doing it with lesser talent. But I do think this is a bad matchup for Bucky. I don't know what you've got here, but I've got St. Mary's advancing.
I've got St. Mary's advancing.
Any word on Dunaway?
I'll pull it up real quick. I mean, that's what's so funny about this. Almost every one of these games you mentioned, we all have these same teams advancing. Let's see. Which one is Jim's? I got to figure out which one I'm looking at real quick. Which bracket?
That is going to be in the South.
No, Jim's got St. Mary's winning, and I've got St. Mary's winning.
So all 3 of us have St. Mary's.
It's been every game I've brought up.
Well, it's every SEC game. Either we're all on or we're all against.
Yeah, I know.
I got to write these down because, I mean, okay, so A&M's a winner.
Yeah.
BYU is a winner.
That's right. Kentucky is a winner. Well, that's tomorrow, but it's a winner.
Kentucky is a winner tomorrow, and then we have one more today in the SEC.
St. Louis and Georgia. We all had Georgia, didn't we? Yep.
Wow.
There you go.
There's a little 10-1 4-team for you.
Well, here we go. Here's another one. Arkansas is taking on Hawaii.
But I mean, that's a little different.
It's a 4-13.
It's up to 15.5.
Yeah, it is. Arkansas is a big favorite in this game. But other than Florida, there is probably no more talked about SEC team in this tournament than Arkansas. Other than Florida, I think Arkansas is probably the hottest name coming into this SEC.
And, you know, not only are they coming off winning an SEC tournament, an SEC championship, but Darius Akoff, when you just take a handful of players in this tournament, I mean, he is arguably your best guard that is available. So he is a guy that can take this thing over. We've seen a freshman do it before in Carmelo Anthony.
I did not know this of Hawaii. I have not watched much Fighting Rainbow football. They're the Warriors now, Ryan. Fighting Warrior football for Hawaii. They're apparently a very old team, which John Calipari never has. He's always got a young team. So he's asked about taking a young team and facing an old team.
Hawaii is probably the oldest team in the country. They got 24-year-olds, 25-year-olds who are married. How do you think that can benefit them?
They got children. I mean, they're older. They're mentally more equipped to go through this stuff. But I've started 5 freshmen one year, and we got to a Final Four, matter of fact, final game. And many times this year we're starting 2 freshmen. We're going to play the best players, and we've played some older teams, and it's harder. It's harder. They've been through the wars. There's things that they have experienced that an 18-year-old has not experienced. Part of it is the NCAA tournament, because this is different. This is one game. You play.
Oh, Cal froze.
I would say that Hawaii, although they were 24-8 this year, I bet they don't have a quad 2 win.
I've closed out the net. Yeah. I don't know.
I'm just saying they have beat nobody.
You're saying they've played nobody.
Nobody.
Yeah, that's
nobody.
how you're 24-8 and you're a 15-point dog.
Yeah, and even your out of conference were against the worst Dana Altman team I think I've ever seen, where you lose to Oregon and then you lose to an Arizona State team that just fired. Or did they fire Bobby Early?
Yeah, they did. Yeah. They fired. Yeah. I like how that grew. It started with it's the oldest team in basketball. They got some 20-year-olds. They're married, and then Cal had them having kids, too. I don't know if any of them have kids, but maybe they do.
No idea.
One thing to watch, not necessarily in this game, but Saturday against the winner of Wisconsin, which I've got Wisconsin winning that one, and High Point. Nick Pringle is listed on the injury report as questionable. It is already an extremely short Arkansas bench, and that's an inside presence there. You take that away, as good as Acuff is, you start talking about a lot of guys maybe haven't played 40 minutes in a game against Wisconsin.
Yeah, and I would almost compare Wisconsin to kind of the Big Ten version of Arkansas just based on this.
Good offense, not enough defense.
Yeah, and when they're at their best, man, I mean, this Wisconsin team is legitimate. I mean, they average 83 points per game. The defense isn't great. They're giving up 76 per game, but they've got some big wins this year. I think it's that's going to be one of the better second-round matchups that we could possibly see. I mean, this is a team that earlier this year, they beat Michigan, one of the best teams in basketball, and they've beaten Illinois. I mean, they've got some big-time wins.
Yeah. Look for Nick Pringle, though. That's a big deal for Arkansas, because if you remember the Alabama game in Tuscaloosa, Arkansas started getting guys fouled out, and they really had no bodies to finish the game, and that became a huge factor. So keep an eye on that. But Nick Pringle listed on the injury report, so that will become very important. NASCAR is coming back to the Talladega Superspeedway. One more thing before we get to a break. NASCAR at the Talladega Superspeedway, the Jack Links 500 weekend is returning April 24 through 26. I say this all the time when I talk about Talladega. If you have lived here for any amount of time and have never seen a race weekend at the Talladega Superspeedway, you are cheating yourself. It is fantastic. You can reserve your spot in the infield, in the camping area. You can reserve your spot in the grandstands or the garage experience to enhance your race weekend, all at TalladegaSuperspeedway.com or 877-GO-TO-DEGA. April 24th through 26th is the Jack Links 500 weekend with our friends at the Talladega Superspeedway. 877-GO-TO-DEGA, TalladegaSuperspeedway.com. It's amazing Nick Pringle is still playing in this event. We heard another guy when we were coming home last night. He's playing for SMU. We were coming home from trivia. Sam Walters, who I'd forgotten about completely.
I bet there's a lot of these guys out there, though. And, that might be it'd probably be an impossible exercise.
Yeah, but I mean, a former Alabama player. Sam Walters seemed like he played at Alabama 10 years ago.
But, I mean, these guys are littered throughout college football and college basketball, guys that you forget that are on their third or fourth school.
Like the announcer on Westwood One mentioned Sam Walters, and had he just said that name, I wouldn't even thought it was the same guy. I mean, that's not that uncommon of a name. But he said Sam Walters, who of course started his career at Alabama, and I'm like, you got to be kidding me. That guy's still, I mean, he's probably not even been there that long, but it just seems like he's been going from Alabama forever. But Sam Walters was playing for SMU last night.
Yeah, let me. I did want to check that after we heard that last night, and I forgot to even do it.
Yeah.
Real quick, Sam Walters. He did play 17 last night, but let's see what the path looked like for listed as a 6'9" junior.
Still a junior, huh?
Bama to Michigan to SMU now. So he's only in his third year.
See, it seems like it's been much longer than that.
It
I remember
really
him going to Michigan, obviously, leaving Alabama and going to Michigan. But when I heard him at SMU, I was like, man, I hadn't thought about Sam Walters in forever. I mean,
he played more minutes his freshman year at Alabama that he's played this year at SMU.
And he left Michigan behind, and he may have been told to leave Michigan behind. I don't know what happened there. But
I don't remember him contributing that much. I don't know why.
He
played in all 37 games his freshman year. He averaged,
5 minutes a game?
He averaged over 12 minutes
12 minutes a game?
Yeah.
I just remember him being a guy that he occasionally could get hot and, hit 2 or 3 straight threes or something like that.
Yeah, he shot. I mean, that's the best year he's had shooting the three. Now, I think that system did benefit that, but he shot right at 40% his freshman year.
Yeah, that's what's crazy is we're so geared now. Like, he has not even been in college basketball that long, but he's been going from Alabama 2 years now.
Well, I mean, again, we're old guys, but there was a time where, maybe 1 out of 5 would transfer, and it would be one transfer and be late in their career or really early in their career. And now when they're jumping all over, it just ages you even more and more.
We got trash coming up this hour, brought to you by our friends at Champy's World Famous Fried Chicken, champyschicken.com. Highway 119 in Alabaster is where Sterling is. He's got those doors unlocked and open and ready to serve you that great lunch like Tyler had yesterday. Those big juicy chicken fingers from Chickens Tyler would not want to encounter in a dark alley because they would whip him. Those Mississippi Delta recipe tamales are fantastic. Megan slings those drinks at the bar. She does a great job there. You can go enjoy lunch at Champy's World Famous Fried Chicken, champyschicken.com, champyschicken.com. Trash is next.
Follow Dunaway on Twitter and Instagram at Jim Dunaway.
I'm attorney Alexander Shinar, Alabama born, Alabama raised, and ready to fight for your rights. I have one of the largest firms in Alabama, and we are here to help you get the compensation you deserve. Call me, Alabama, 323-1000.
No representation is made that the quality of legal services being performed is greater than those of other lawyers.
Sterling and the fine folks at Champy's Chicken on Highway 119 in Alabaster want to welcome you in for a great lunch or dinner starting at 11 a.m. every day. Chicken that's brined overnight and cooked to order, and the taste of the Delta with those Delta recipe tamales. Champy's is perfect for all your tailgating needs this football season. You can also choose Champy's for your next party, wedding, or birthday. Great food, great people. Champy's Chicken on Highway 119 in Alabaster, and everything online at champyschicken.com.
At Central State Bank, we are large enough to serve you and small enough to know you. Manage your money with ease, whether it's mobile banking, hassle-free checking, competitive loans, business solutions, or personalized financial advice. We're your hometown bank with big-time service. Visit us today and experience banking made simple, because at Central State Bank, you come first.
Member FDIC.
Catch up on all of today's Next Round on demand through the podcast platform of your choice. Apple, Spotify, iHeart, or Google Podcasts. Wherever you listen, always like, follow, subscribe, and turn on automatic downloads so you never miss any part of the Next Round.
Looking for the ultimate weekend in Birmingham? The Children's of Alabama Indy Grand Prix is back at Barber Motorsports Park, March 27th through 29th, bringing big energy, big crowds, and unforgettable moments. It's more than a race. It's a full day of excitement, family fun, food, music, and world-class competition, all set on one of the most beautiful venues in racing. the Children's of Alabama Indy Grand Prix at Barber Motorsports Park. Get your tickets now.
Hey, let me tell you about our friends at Urology Centers of Alabama. Compassionate and comprehensive urological care with 35 physicians, 17 locations across Alabama. Their patient-centered approach to all of your urological needs. Remember, they've got that new men's health center. It is beautiful, helping men with a wide range of sensitive male issues in a comfortable environment. You can always go online, visit urologycentersalabama.com, schedule an appointment with one of their many urologists today.
Hey, there's nothing worse than waking up to a plumbing problem. Don't get caught in a flooded house. Call the guys at Hemp Hill Services. Adam, Chad, and the team at Hemp Hill are the only ones I trust to fix it and fix it right the first time. Hemp Hill Services does it right and always at a fair price. For all of your plumbing, cooling, and heating needs, trust the name that Birmingham has trusted since 1954. That is Hemp Hill Services. Call now, 205-229-2090. That's 205-229-2090.
Stop by the New York Butcher Shop and pick up the finest in certified Angus prime beef steaks and burgers, premium pork chops, ribs, and all-natural chicken cut to order just for you. Their chef-prepared entrees and side dishes are the perfect dinner-to-go choice for your family and are ready to heat at home. With a great selection of fine wines and desserts, the New York Butcher Shop is your one-stop dinner shop. 2 locations to serve you, Cahaba Heights and on Highway 119 in Greystone. The New York Butcher Shop, rare quality, well-done service.
Ain't no party like a Dega party. The noise, the chaos, the will to survive. The biggest, boldest, brashest, fastest, and most intimidating track in all of NASCAR. Only one place calls that home. At Talladega, anything can happen. And at this super speedway, everything usually does.
Hell yeah, boys!
NASCAR weekend at Talladega Superspeedway, April 24th through the 26th. Get your tickets now at TalladagaSuperspeedway.com.
Few more games to hit here before we get to trash. I want to try to hit everything that's going today. We've done all the early games.
Update, by the way.
Update, by the way, from Lance.
14-13 TCU early on there in our first game. Troy, Nebraska is about to tip here in the next 5 minutes. But, yeah, quick lead for TCU out of the gate, 14-13.
That's a CPAP Plus update from our CPAP Plus studios back in Bristol.
If you are looking for the best CPAP gear with personal service you can trust, visit CPAP Plus. The O'Neill brothers got a feeling I might see Joe O'Neill in a little bit. Joe and Woody, great guys. They want to make sure you're getting that proper 8+ hours of sleep each and every night. 5 locations throughout the state of Alabama, with 3 right here in Birmingham, Trussville, Highway 280 in Pelham. They've got something for everyone out there that is in need of the CPAP Plus. You're going to find the best service and equipment all in stock, ready for you. They've got hundreds of 5-star Google reviews. Trust CPAP Plus for all of your CPAP needs. CPAP Plus, where every night matters. For more information, o'neillmed.com. That is ONEAL med.com.
Games we have not hit yet. Look, Siena Duke. Duke's a 27.5-point favorite. That's probably not enough. They can score whatever they want on Siena up in Greenville, South Carolina. 314 games. There has been a 314 upset in 24 of the last 40 tournaments. There's one of those at 3:05 today, Central on TNT. Michigan State playing North Dakota State. Michigan State's a big favorite here. I mean, this would be a massive upset there in Buffalo if Michigan State falls in that one, and it would be detrimental to my bracket especially.
Yeah, this seems like one that could possibly be in play.
Oh, boy, I hope not.
Well, I'm just talking about when you look at the numbers. I mean, you look at what Illinois is favored over Penn.
Yeah.
This is more in line of what you got with Virginia and Wright State.
Boy, we make a big deal about Tom Izzo being Mr. March, but guys,
I mean, he hasn't won a national championship in 27 years.
I know, it's crazy, isn't it? 550 TNT, VCU, North Carolina. This is another one of those. I was going to look to see, who did you take in that one?
I think I ended up playing North Carolina.
You went back to your old UNC roots back in the day?
And I don't feel good about it at all.
I don't know why you would. You do have North Carolina. I've got VCU. Dunaway's got North Carolina.
Yeah,
there's a separator game for us. I like VCU. North Carolina's 2.5-point favorite here.
Well, look, if Caleb Wilson was playing, if he was playing a lot this year, they wouldn't be in the situation they're in as a 6, but without him for the entire tournament, it's going to be an uphill battle. And Hubert Davis is a guy that, although he did play for a national championship, he's on kind of a subliminal
semi-hot seat?
Yeah,
semi-hot seat.
However you want to call it.
Well, I think the Caleb Wilson injury will help him, but it may not save his job. I don't know if it'll save his job. It'll help him a little bit. I mean, you lost a great player, right?
Yeah, look, and I think if they
Late in the
win
season.
this game as a 2.5-point favorite, they beat VCU, who is getting hot at the right time. And this is going to be a really difficult game for North Carolina. But if they beat VCU and then you're respectable against Illinois, I think North Carolina's fans can kind of stomach that.
6:10 CBS. Howard's taking on Michigan. The Wolverines are a massive favorite, 31.5, so not much to discuss there. That is in Alabama's bracket for those that care.
Yeah, and they'll name their score too.
Yeah, 8:25. All right, let's get to the late night slate here. 8:25 TNT, Penn, Illinois. You just mentioned that game. It's a 3:14. Illinois is a 25.5-point favorite. That is a big favorite in a 3:14.
It's a massive favorite, but I think it shows you how good this Illinois offense can be when they're clicking. But if you go back and I watched a little bit because I was on the wrong side. I had Yale against Penn in the Ivy League final this past weekend. But what that TJ Power kid did, 44 points, 14 of 26.
Crazy. 44 points.
Yeah, I don't see him pulling 44 points off or even in the neighborhood against a team like Illinois. But Illinois can give up points, and Penn can score some points. So, I remember 1986 – Carolina opened up with Penn, and I remember they had like a 3-point lead at halftime. It was a high-scoring
I remember
game.
that, yeah.
And then North Carolina ended up pulling away from Penn. I could see that with Illinois today.
Two more we haven't talked about in the late slate, but as we're in the late slate, a reminder, Scott has it up on the left side of your screen, the Shinari Showdown, where we are paying 4 places, a bottle of Pappy, $1,000, $500, $250. Tonight's game is that St. Louis, Georgia game. Brooks has sent it out and pinned it on our social media. You can go to nextroundlive.com. It is right at the top of the page, nextroundlive.com. You can play it there, Georgia and St. Louis. Just pick it against the point spread, enter your info. That's all you got to do, and you're in. Every time you win a game, you're in the drawing for the prizes at the end of the tournament. It's better in a bracket. You're never eliminated. You've always got another game you can play, and we'll have a game up every single game day. So even through the weekend, there's going to be a fresh game, and they're generally going to be the later games, so you got time to jump on right there at nextroundlive.com. That's St. Louis, Georgia. That's 8:45 CBS. 2 more late games before we get to trash. 9 o'clock TBS. Antoine Petway, head coach Kennesaw State, coaching his first NCAA tournament game as a coach. Obviously, he played in some big ones for Alabama. They play Gonzaga. I almost said at Gonzaga, but it's going to feel like it. Kennesaw State going from Metro Atlanta all the way to Portland to play the Zags, and they are a big dog.
Well, I look at if you want to get kind of a barometer on where Kennesaw State, look, it's been a great season getting to their first tournament. Where they are, though, against like tournament teams that they will go up against today. They played Antoine Petway went against one of his former assistants and Bryan Hodgson earlier this year. They lose that game by 19, and then against his former mentor and boss, Nate Oates, they lost by 11 earlier this year to Alabama. I just think it's a great story that they've gotten there. They're playing with house money. I don't see any world that they're able to pull this upset.
Gonzaga's a 21.5-point favorite in that one, so that's going to be a tough one. And then Idaho-Houston. Houston is a team I think a lot of people like because of Kelvin Sampson. I mean, the guy does nothing but get his team to the Elite Eight in the Final Four. I mean, it feels like they are there every single year. In fact, I'm going to go look at the last time he had what you would even call an early exit.
Well, I think people got
ago.
gun shy on Houston earlier this year, not even earlier, 3 weeks ago when they lost 3 consecutive games. But those games were in Ames to Iowa State, one of the best.
That's a 3 seed. Or 2 seed, I'm sorry.
One of the best home court advantages in college basketball. They lose that game by 3 on the road. They lose to Arizona at home by 7, and then they lose at Kansas. So, I mean, those 3 losses are understandable. They beat Kansas recently. They beat BYU recently, and they lost to Arizona in the Big 12 final.
Going back to the 18-19 season, Sweet 16, Final Four, Elite Eight, Sweet 16 runner-up. They just don't bow out early. I mean, that's what you get out of a Kelvin Sampson team.
Yeah.
They're going to stick around in the tournament. They're going to be there for the long haul. And a lot of people think that long haul could get him to the Final Four. Dunaway certainly does, but he's not alone in that. I mean, that's kind of what you get with Kelvin Sampson.
Yeah, look, and I just think they're going to force a ton of turnovers today. I think Houston wins this game going away.
Yeah, 23.5. They are favored in that one. Gutter Cap is about to get us to trash after I tell you about Greg from Pell City. Almost threw Scott a curveball there. Greg from Pell City can get up on that roof for you. Storm Restoration Roofing is the name of his company. We just call him Greg from Pell City because he's family around here. You can find him on Facebook if you'd rather do that under that name. Greg from Pell City. That's where he is on Facebook. Or I'm going to give you a cell number right now. 205-542-3531. 205-542-3531. Unfortunately, a lot of storms come through this time of year in the Deep South. If you're in the Birmingham area or North Alabama area and one of those storms has come through and you think you have damage, let Greg get up there on the roof and just take a look. He could come down and tell you, hey, good news, you don't have a ton of damage. Or maybe he says, we got to get the insurance company involved. You got some damage there. If you just need a new roof, no storm, but you're like, I think I need a new roof, let Greg look at it. It's risk-free. He'll just come out and look at it, free evaluation, and tell you what you need. Many times he climbs back down off that ladder and says, hey, you're good to go, man. I'll see you in 3 or 4 years when you actually do need a new roof. Get Greg out there to look at it. 205-542-3531. 205-542-3531. Storm Restoration Roofing, our guy Greg from Pell City. And Gutter Cap gets us to trash.
Cap it, don't snap it. One of the dirty, dangerous jobs around the house is cleaning the gutters. It's the last thing you want to do after a long week of work. Going to be watching hoops all weekend. Just make the phone call to C-Stu, our buddy. He will come out and give you an absolutely free estimate. They'll clean the gutters one final time. Then they'll install that gutter cap system. It fits over most existing gutters. It will keep all the debris out. 205-823-2212. Cap it, don't snap it. For more information, guttercapbirmingham.com.
We will foul the living shit out of you. We'll foul a three-point shooter. We'll foul at the end of the clock. We'll leave our feet on drives. We'll reach. You describe the foul, and the team that I'm coaching will commit it.
LT's Trash is presented by Bud Light.
Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Our friends at Bud Light. Hopefully, a lot of you guys are already enjoying the delicious taste of Bud Light. As Game 2 is tipped, and Troy has a 3-2 lead on Nebraska.
That was one seed of Coach Sound this basketball season.
It was the best sound we had all basketball
Probably
season.
the overall one seed of Coach Sound. Would any of Mick Cronin's rants be a one seed? I mean, he's annoying, but they're good. Yeah.
We start first with Punch, the viral monkey.
He's back.
You mentioned your daughter brought up Punch the other day.
College kids love him.
Looks like the monkey has found a close bond with another young monkey.
Look out. We got some monkey love.
Now, Punch became global sensation after video showing him carrying around a plush toy for comfort after being rejected by his biological mother. However, new footage circulating online shows tiny monkey spending time with another monkey named Mo. And many viewers are celebrating this wholesome moment. Now, on March 16th, visitors shared footage from the zoo that shows the pair sitting closely together, grooming and playing like typical baby monkeys. One viral image even shows the two sitting side by side before turning towards each other and appearing to share what fans have called a kiss. There's even a video that shows Mo playfully tugging at Punch's tail while the pair sit together before Punch turns and wraps his arms around her. Now, the baby monkey's bond with Mo marks a significant step for Punch, who spent months being rejected by the troop and even getting into scuffles with his fellow primates.
You know what's funny about this is this monkey has become world famous and has no clue, has no concept of fame or the fact that he's world famous.
I heard he was returning fan letters.
Yes, but isn't that funny? Like, if a human became this famous, they would absolutely be aware of it. But this monkey has no clue.
I think the only animal I can think of that definitely knew it was famous is probably Bubbles, Michael Jackson's monkey.
Right.
I mean that thing had its own private bus and everything. So many luxuries.
So that monkey knew that monkey was famous.
I think that monkey knew he was special.
Got a dancing robot. Struggle between restaurant staff and an out-of-control robot going viral after the machine went full Terminator. Robots becoming more and more common as technology advances, but as San Jose Chinese restaurant Hade Leo discovered, the machines have quite a few kinks that need to be ironed out. March 17th, viral footage from the restaurant showed the malfunctioning robot dancing nonstop, even breaking some tableware with its moves. Not wanting the robo-dancer to destroy more plates, staff stepped in and tried to disable it in a wild battle of human versus machine.
Spoiler alert, they were not initially able to disable it. She has had a fight of her life with that thing.
Now, in the clip, one staff member you see right here grabs hold of the robot, tries to drag it away, but the machine was proving to be too much for one person. After this, another 2 employees join in, all while the first crew member navigated her phone, seemingly trying to find a way to shut the robot down. Now, according to local newspaper, the chain uses the robots to take orders and deliver its ingredients to customers. Now, luckily, with the help of 3 employees, they were finally able to disable the robot before it could do any more damage. So that is that.
You know,
telling you, man, this is going to go bad sooner than later.
Yeah. I want to know why they made the disable button an app that would probably also malfunction the robot is malfunctioning instead of a big red button that just says stop.
That's all you need.
On the back of the robot. Yes. Because you know when the app never works? The minute you absolutely have to have it to work. That's when apps never work. That's when they take forever to load, and then they won't do what you want them to do. If you don't need it to work, you accidentally hit it, and boom, it opens right up. My garage door is on an app, and inevitably, if I'm in a hurry, it takes the app forever to get to the point where I can close my garage door.
Yeah, a garage door being on an app seems like way more trouble than it's worth.
Well,
apps were originally supposed to be like, well, let's make this problem easier. Let's give you a solution.
Yeah.
And now that it's more problems.
What I do, but when I'm about 2 blocks from my house, I just hit the app and open the garage door. So boom, it's open when I'm there. So that's easy. But it's when I'm leaving, sometimes it takes forever for it to open for me to hit the button to make the garage door close.
Huh. I would think it would have a harder time getting a connection like if you're coming in from 2 blocks away.
I mean, it's web-based. I mean, or it's, I don't know. I don't know how to explain this. You know what I mean. Like, it's not connecting with the...
Oh, okay. It's not like Bluetooth.
No, it's not Bluetooth. It's connecting through the atmosphere.
Cloud?
I guess.
But
I don't know.
Once
I
you
don't know.
disable this robot, do you think you can put it back into the mainstream?
I don't know.
I think
this one ends up getting put down.
Yeah, we got to keep an eye on this one. I mean, it's one bad day away from grabbing a knife and stabbing a customer.
Sleep competition in China is going viral after offering cash prizes to participants who can do one thing well, and that is fall asleep.
Oh, I am a world champion at falling asleep.
The Forest Sleep Challenge being held in the Shanghai National Forest Park, with the event designed to highlight the importance of healthy rest at a time when long working hours and sleep deprivation are ongoing concerns. Participants invited to lie down in a controlled environment, sleep naturally without alarms or distractions. Concept quickly caught attention media online after the event's slogan spread across Chinese social media. Quote, the only key performance indicator is to sleep until you wake naturally, end quote. Now, contestants are monitored throughout the session using sleep tracking equipment with strict rules in place. Phones, talking, and eating are not allowed, and participants must remain on their mattresses to stay in the competition. Winners determined based on sleep performance rather than total time of sleep, with devices measuring factors like deep sleep. Around $400 will be awarded to the winner, with additional prizes for categories such as falling asleep the fastest. Participants are allowed to leave their bed if needed, including the use of a bathroom, but doing so ends their attempt in the challenge, making it as much a test of your bladder as your ability to relax. I would have no shot here.
No. My wife says on average, I'm asleep 90 seconds to 2 minutes from the time my head hits the pillow.
That's amazing.
I mean, I go right out.
I do not.
Right out. Most of the time when I go to bed, I have been fighting sleep already, or I have dozed off already.
But do you get up at all throughout the night?
Occasionally. I did last night, but it's not every night.
Yeah.
I had to go pee once last night. That's about it.
When I went on my sabbatical from alcohol.
Did you get up less?
Yeah, you get up less. I mean, I think there is something to, you're not supposed to have any beverages after a certain...
See, and I drink right till I go to bed.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Yeah.
I usually have a drink on my nightstand, like a little bottle of water or something.
Yeah, I never really do that, but I will drink, tea or Diet Coke or whatever it is right up until bedtime.
Well, I am jealous of people that can go to sleep. And like Jace the other day was telling me that he slept for 12 hours straight, did not get up one time.
I used to do that when I was a kid or a teenager.
I mean, amazing. He's 19 years old.
Yeah, I mean, I could do that when I was 19.
I couldn't.
That's still crazy.
I,
12. I mean,
yeah.
that is hibernation, is what that is.
Like when my wife and I watch, if we watch a series, like we'll watch The Pit tonight. Now, I'll stay up and watch the games, but on a Thursday night, we always watch The Pit.
Is the season not over?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
No, I mean, I think they're only halfway through it. Aren't we only to
they just had episode 10, and I think most series now are 10 episodes.
Yeah, but how many hours does it go? It's 1 hour per episode.
Yeah, but it doesn't go a full 24 hours.
No, but it started at like 7 a.m.
Yeah, but I mean, it's got to have a cutoff. It's not going to go.
Well, I know
7 to
that, but
7.
I thought it went to no, I do think it went 7 to
Google
7.
is showing at least 12 for season 2.
Oh, okay. Maybe it's only 12.
So you get 2 more.
But anyway, we'll watch, and if she wants to watch something else after The Pit, I fight to stay awake through that. So by the time I go to bed, I've been fighting sleep for
so
30 minutes.
we're the opposite of that. Like, I get more energy the later it goes, which is a problem.
Yeah. That does suck. Yeah,
it does. Finally, Florida hospital wants to boot a woman who has refused to leave despite being discharged 5 months ago and has filed a lawsuit to give her the heave. Now, the woman was discharged October 6th, but continues to occupy an inpatient room at the Tallahassee Memorial Healthcare Facility.
How have you let this go this long? We're from October to March, and she's still in the hospital?
This shows you the power of the consumer now that they...
I mean...
Like, you can't do anything about it. I mean, old days, they just would have thrown you out.
How do you not call the police?
Now, according to the lawsuit filed at the beginning of March and seen by USA Today, despite being discharged, the unnamed patient has refused to vacate her room. Hospital is requesting a court mandate for her removal, seeking assistance from the county sheriff's office to enforce the order. The complaint highlighted the strain of this situation that it places on the medical infrastructure, noting, quote, the defendant's continued occupancy prevents the use of beds for patients needing acute care, end quote. Now, it's unclear what condition brought the woman to the hospital in the first place. Furthermore, the filing suggests the hospital staff and resources are being diverted to manage the woman's ongoing stay. To resolve the matter before suing, the staff made repeated efforts to assist the defendant in safely completing discharge. These efforts included coordinating with the patient's family members and offering non-emergency medical transportation to assist the woman in obtaining necessary identification. Hospital maintains that it issued a formal written warning nearly a month after the patient's initial discharge date, stating that legal action would follow if she did not leave. A lot of this is on the family members, too.
100%. I don't know what's going on here.
Yeah,
this is
weird story. I think everybody tries to escape.
Yeah.
First of all, they try not to go to hospitals.
Yeah, I don't know
they
who
try to
wants
escape it as quick as you can.
Who wants to stay longer than you actually have to? I've never heard of this.
I always lose track of time in there because if you have to sleep overnight and you wake up in the middle of the night, it looks the exact same as it does during the day.
I do not like hospitals. I mean, I love what they do for our people, but I hate going to the hospital.
I've slept in hospitals way too many times.
Yeah. That's trash, and we appreciate Bud Light bringing you trash. Hemp Hill Services, another mention for them. They're going to bring you Lance's Luck all the time, obviously, and you've got that postseason package up for college basketball.
Well, look,
right now.
you are dressed like you're about to hit the course, which you are.
Yeah, potentially. I need to see if there's a tea time available.
What is that weather going to be like this
Around
weekend?
12:50?
12:50 is what I'm going to check first. The weather's going to be spectacular this weekend. We hit 80 tomorrow.
Okay, so
how about it snowed earlier this week? We hit 80 tomorrow.
It's the schizophrenic weather that we get here in Alabama. But look, you need to make sure the AC unit is ready to keep up with this changing weather, which will touch 80 this weekend. Whether you experience the plumbing, heating, cooling, any of these issues, home or business, it's great to have our friends Hemp Hill Services right there for you. Trust the name. Birmingham has trusted since 1954 for any and all those issues. Make the call today. Ask for Adam, Chad, Andrew, the guys there. Tell them the next round sent you. 205-229-2090 or hemphillservices.com.
In Birmingham, high of 85 Saturday, 86 Sunday. Sunday's the first day of spring, right? I think that's right.
I don't know.
I think Sunday's the first day of spring.
If it's the 21st, then it'll be the vernal equinox.
Oh, that's Saturday then. Saturday's first day.
They make T-shirts for that?
I'm sure you can find one.
The old vernal equinox T-shirt?
Yeah, it'll be 12 hours of daylight and 12 hours of nighttime.
We'll talk more about the NCAA tournament on tomorrow's show. Brian Passink will join us to preview Alabama's game against Hofstra and where the Crimson Tide goes without Aiden Holloway available in that one. And we will also react to everything we are seeing today with the NCAA tournament already underway. Can Troy pull the upset over Nebraska? That has been a popular pick and would wreck some brackets. Where else do we see the upsets? We'll discuss it all on tomorrow's show. We appreciate you spending time with us on this show today. If you're watching us on YouTube, please make sure you've subscribed and set your alerts so you know when we're live. Give us a thumbs up. And those of you on audio download, make sure to set automatic downloads on on-demand audio wherever it is. Google Podcast, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. You can set all the automatic downloads and catch all of our extra programming. The Last Call with Mick Gillespie and Jake Coker, that is dropping all the time. The Next Reel, did it again, sorry. The Next Reel with Lance and Tyler, fresh one out right there on demand. And what else is out there? Bama and Bourbon also out there, brand new that Lance and Aaron did yesterday.
And don't forget TNR Clips, youtube.com/@TNR Clips to catch up on all the best bits of the show.
That's right. So all of that right there on demand on our YouTube channel. We appreciate you joining us. Enjoy the NCAA tournament. We'll talk more about it with you tomorrow at 9 o'clock.